The beat.
Yep. It's another one of those days.
Shout out Shan.
Woo, man. God dog. Right when you think you gonna take a break, no days off, baby. We already talked about it. Ain't no days off, man, when you doing the work of the Cowboys. Cause it's gonna always be something going on. And we gonna talk about it.
Shout out Shan.
This one is actually sad though. I don't feel good about this one. I don't. I really don't. It's sad because when you really digest everything that's been going on and knowing your team, it's sad to see so many good people that love this team
Sinatra on the beat.
literally getting played. Literally. Getting played like a fiddle. Getting beat like a drum. I'm not making it up. Not exaggerating. I don't need subs that bad to create content based on crazy theories. The beautiful thing
Shout out
is,
Shan. Sinatra on the beat.
this time, mostly, you just gotta have the skills to sit back and watch and digest truth. But you gotta be real careful because there's conflicting voices on this one. This is not the usual standoff.
Shan. Sinatra.
This one is not as easy to see. It's not. But you're in the right place because I'm gonna definitely break it down, get into it. We gonna talk about a lot. We even gonna talk about Kearse and the updates with him because that's obviously very important. I know a lot of people want to talk about that. We gonna get into that too. But y'all stay put
Shout out Shan.
as I get the Millennial Falcon. We gonna talk real ball. We gonna talk real situations. We gonna talk real. All right. Y'all stay tuned.
Shout out Shan. Sinatra on the beat.
All right. Welcome to BossCowboySports, man. No days off. For real. And this time I should be able to get that Twitter going. Dang. John said he coming in from Portugal. Hold on. 2 a.m. in the morning? God, dog. Well, I'm going to try to make this... I'm going to try to get to the point for you, big dog. Hold on real quick. Let me get everything set up because I got to be able to feed in y'all comments. All right. Okay, I got it set up now. Let me test it and then let me check this out. Then I'm going to say hello. Then we go get ready to the Yep, there it is. All right. So, no, this going to be a good one today. This one. Ooh, wee. This is not for the dummies. This type of show not for the dummies, bro. Ooh, D.A. Lee, I already see your comment. I feel the same way, bro. I feel you already know I'm going. John said, hey, boss. Hey, greetings from Portugal. Man, see, it's amazing. The internet, man. You got people from Portugal, man. My boy already throwing up the
Yoga fire.
the fire emojis. I ain't even start talking yet. I appreciate that. I ain't even start talking yet. My boys already.
Yoga fire.
They already throwing it up. My boy D.A. Lee, he in the house. We gonna talk about this. He say, bruh, I'm embarrassed as a fan right now. Not only from the front office, but the fan base going ham on Randy and his past struggles, bro. That's exactly what I'm talking about, bro. Like, I feel it's like when you know what's going on, it feels disgusting. Like you feel like you want to take a shower. You really do, because to be honest, it's a lot of good people that's getting played. So you got Facebook people, you got Instagram people, you got Twitch people, you got Twitter people, right? You got certain people that play on different social media platforms. A lot of this stuff has been going down in Twitter, so I'm gonna spend some time on that. All right, so we go just kind of get into it. But see, y'all know here at Boss Cowboy Sports, the aim and the goal is always to try to deal with the facts, prove the case, talk factually, and then let y'all decide. You know, we go just present it, all right? Because it's a lot of people getting played on a lot of different stuff, and I'm gonna go all the way through it. So first, my boy Jesse Holly. It's funny. I'm telling y'all, boy, y'all better get on this Twitter bird. Twitter is the lit. My boy Jesse said, fresh out of church, which he likely was fresh out of church. My boy is a man of faith for real. He don't play. He said, fresh out of church, I see Randy Gregory got time for a lot of you delusional L7 weenies today. He broke out the boys L7s. If you don't know what an L7 is, that's a lane. And so I was hearing it. I was like, hold on, let me go check, bro. What's going on? I said, let me go head over to Randy Gregory's Twitter. Heard of some checking going on. And it was. Randy was going off. This is important. This has to do with Dallas Cowboys. This has to do with football.
Yoga fire.
Ooh, but it was D.A. Lee knew what I'm talking about, because D.A. Lee on that Twitter. So I'll go over to Randy Gregory's. This is his Twitter. Man. Oh, my boy say L7 Mark Buster. Ooh, that boy pulled out the classic Buster. And so Randy had some stuff to say. So obviously he's showing love to his boy, teammate, all that. And then you go right to this one right here. And look, it's lit up. Y'all opinions don't pay my bills. I was like, whoa, let me click on what's going on. So if you click on it, listen, I'm showing you how to rock this Twitter, man. Some people don't know how to rock this Twitter. You got to follow. I don't follow Randy, but I heard about it, so I went over to his Twitter. Ooh, and here we go. And see, he say, nah, that's your toxic fan base that believe I owe them and their team something, LOL. He was obviously responding to somebody, right? It did. Check this out. He say, you really, listen, look at this one. Look at this one, boy. Randy was letting them boys have it.
Yoga fire.
He wasn't playing with them Cowboy fans today. He wasn't playing with us, y'all. He was not playing. Somebody said, you really trying to tell me the Dallas Cowboys didn't pay you while you were suspended all those seasons when they didn't have to? He said, no, they didn't, LOL. No play, no pay, stupid. God dog, Randy. Don't do him like that. But this is the sad part. Now it gets sad because I'm going to tell you what's really going on. All right. I'm going to tell you what's going on. The sad part is, I'm going to read my Twitter and then I'm going to explain it. The saddest part, and I wrote this right here. This is true. Everybody keep up with me. Okay. Just keep up. You know, I got to paint the picture. I got to show you everything. Whoo, man. I said the saddest part is all those good Cowboy fans on Randy Gregory Twitter attacking him are only doing it because they were fed bad information from front office through Dallas local media people. So I put repeats the CBA language and Dallas contract language is not the same. Because that's what a lot of people have been saying. That language is the same as the CBA. So I already broke down 2 shows ago where it's not. So I ain't gonna do that again. But they also saying, but that language was in his previous contract. In other words, it's no big deal. That's what they thinking. That's what they falling for. But why are they falling for it? Let me show you a little bit of proof. Okay, I'm gonna show you some more proof. I'm gonna show you a thread. So going back to that thread where he said, y'all opinions don't pay my bills, right? So you got good fans who love the Cowboys going in there because they care about the Cowboys, but they're repeating a narrative that they were fed, literally like birds. This guy said, your bills were going to get paid with the contract the Cowboys gave you. It was the same contract with one extra rule for you to follow. So he calling that fine clause an extra rule. Okay. You just didn't want to be held accountable. Same problem that has caused you to be suspended so much, which is backwards in itself, because Randy had no problem with the suspension language. He had a problem with the fine language. So this dude don't even know. He contradicted himself. He don't even know. But that's what happened when you don't cross-reference, you don't cross-check, you don't sometimes even just think. Sometimes people just need to think. Now, this is the big part that a lot of people kind of ignoring. The biggest part is he said, nope, your owners acted in bad faith all free agency. They've been awfully quiet lately, huh? Wonder why, LOL. Can't wait for you guys to ask them the same questions. See, that's big. And a lot of people not putting that together at all. So I'm going to put it together. You know, I'm going to put it together. I'm going to put it all the way together for you. So notice what he's saying happened, this guy, and it was a lot of Cowboy fans talking just like him as if they know the story. But where did they get the story? Right? Where did they get this story? Well, shortly after Randy announced that he was going to Denver, it started being leaks. Clarence Hill was one. Yeah. Somebody says whatever for me. No, don't let it be whatever for you, big dog. You want to pay attention to this type of stuff because you want to know how your front office moves. See, a lot of people, they've already decided which side they're going to stand. Or you go stand on the side of Gregory was wrong. And so people make their mind up. So when they start getting a competitive idea, they just start fighting it because their mind's made up. I really suggest you listen to everything and let me explain it. So when you see a guy trying to tell Randy you didn't want to be held accountable, right? This is because the first people that was putting out the front office version was coming from the local media guys. I say this every time, I'm gonna say it again. This does not mean that they knew they were being used. They was repeating what they was being fed by front office, especially when they say per sources. So they say per sources, the language in Randy Gregory's contract is standard in every Cowboys contract. It is in Michael Gallup, DeMarcus Lawrence contract. It was not specified language for Gregory, meaning they didn't change it up for him. Let me move my head out the way real quick so I can finish reading this. A player could lose bonuses or guarantees if a player is fined or suspended. So he's saying that's the standard language in the Cowboys contract. Then he retweeted it 2 minutes later because he got an update on that tweet, and he was like, oh, actually, Dak Prescott doesn't have that language. Right. And then shortly after that or before that, you got the almost exact same messaging coming from David Moore, which is more evidence that they was being fed this from front office. So this is David Moore. Sources say language that Randy Gregory objected to is standard language in every Cowboys player contract with one exception, Dak Prescott. The clause gives club the right to void or withhold money if a player is fined by NFL. Sources stress, the sources stress, meaning make sure you say this or make sure you know this. It is never invoked that clause. That is the message that they want out there. Then, obviously, a lot of people know about this. Mike Fisher did a video where he said the exact same thing. So all of the, pretty much, I ain't gonna say all, but the local media people was pushing this story that they was given from front office. That's who the sources was. So when you see all those people going up, okay, I'm gonna say this before I get to the key point. The problem is there's conflicting stories. There's the local story, which is basically they're selling us the front office narrative. The agent was the bad guy. The agent tricked Randy and he got emotional. If we go to his Twitter, you'll see a lot of people saying you just got emotional and your agent tricked you. Okay. But when you look at the national reporters, the people that have no influence from the Cowboys, no flagship partners, no nothing like that, no exclusive, nothing like that. Just boys that got big brands that make the Cowboys have to be more accountable and truthful because they're dealing with real journalists. So when you're dealing with the Ed Warner, and I'm not saying our local guys not real. What I'm saying is the national boys, they got a whole lot more insulation, protection. They don't need exclusives to get work and stories and leads around the league. They don't need it. They go get it just because they are assigned the title of the insider journalist for CBS or for NBC. All right. See, I want to explain this because then when I play this, you go get it. Now listen to this. This go really paint it. And I have this link in the description. Keep that in mind. I always do that. So you can go check this interview out for yourself. But listen, this is the key part. Watch this.
The Cowboys are telling local reporters we would have been willing to.
Who are they telling? Do I need to rewind that? Is it the same thing I just said? The local guys? They not talking to the national guys. They talking to the who? What I said, local guys.
But would have jeopardized with the Cowboys if he had simply been fine.
Mike, the Cowboys are telling local reporters we would have been willing to change it, and we don't even enforce that anyway. Do you believe that, or do you believe Schaefer?
Well, I don't know what to believe. All I know is Schaefer's on the record. Now, who's on the record from the Cowboys saying we would have changed it?
See, that's key. That's what a lot of people missing right there. He said, all I know is Schaefer is on the record. So all the rumors that we hearing from the local media guys, that's not on the record. That's sources. No, it's different when you're dealing with that agent. That agent is like, I'm on the record. This is what happened. We went in there, they switched it, and when we tried to get them to change it, they tried to send us to a lower level capologist. That's the truth. Well, I ain't gonna say that's the truth. That's what somebody on the record said. Yeah. Randy Gregory's agent, the one that they calling the bad guy. Yeah, the bad guy. But is he the bad guy? Because I don't think he the bad guy. I think he the good guy. Yeah, Peter did his job. And a lot of people, they getting it wrong. Yeah. And he's the one that went on record.
Yoga fire.
He's on record. He like, bruh, you can quote me on this. You can't quote Steven on this. You can't quote Jerry on their version of what they're leaking out through the local media. You can't, can you? Can you quote them? No, you can't. You can't even hear from them. Why? So let's keep listening.
Jerry on the record saying it?
No.
Is Steven on the record saying it?
No.
When somebody's on the record saying it, and I'm always, with that self-serving stuff, and I understand there's competition and you want to get the story out.
That self-serving stuff? Who is he talking to? Who's self-serving?
Yoga fire.
Who did you just take a shot at? Mike, that was kind of a violent punch. Who did you just punch? Oh, he know who he punched. You know why? Because Shan said the local media guys has been saying this. And he said, I know you want to get the story out.
Yoga fire.
But that's self-serving stuff, and meaning y'all being used. And he's saying it straight up to their face.
Yoga fire.
See, because there's a lot of people they want to call Boss Cowboy, Law. They like to call us because YouTubers. They like sitting in your mom's basement. Little shots, little digs, little insults. But hey, this ain't the YouTuber fight. This ain't a YouTuber fight, big dogs. This is y'all fighting. We just watching. And we keeping score. And I think I'm doing a damn good job of keeping score. Yeah. Yeah, let's go back a little bit. I'm going to go back a little bit. Because, see, I'm going to really break this down.
All I know is Schaefer's on the record. Now, who's on the record from the Cowboys saying we would have changed it? Is Jerry on the record saying it?
No.
Is Steven on the record saying it?
No.
When somebody's on the record saying it, and I'm always, with that self-serving stuff, and I understand there's competition and you want to get the story out, but when there's something self-serving like that that is aimed to contradict somebody who's on the record, I'll tell the source, you got to go on the record before. I'm not going to carry your water.
I'm not going to carry your water. He told all them local reporters, y'all some water carriers.
Yoga fire.
I understand you want to get the story out. I understand. Hey, Mike said that. This ain't no YouTuber in his mom's basement. That man's probably somewhere in Manhattan on a high rise. You hear me? This dude got more money than Shoe. You hear me? This man is national.
Saying it.
No.
When somebody's on the record saying it, and I'm always, with that self-serving stuff, and I understand there's competition and you want to get the story out, but when there's something self-serving like that is aimed to contradict somebody who's on the record, I'll tell the source, you got to go on the record before. I'm not going to carry your water on this. I'm not going to push your BS. You go on the record and say it, and then the reporting will be one side's on the record saying yes, one side's on the record saying no. But yeah, I mean they had a chance to change it, and that's my understanding. And they chose not to, and that's their choice.
Hey. So, when we go back and look at what Randy said, let's measure this Kool-Aid. Y'all know I love to measure me some Kool-Aid. Y'all know it. It's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring. So, as we measure this Kool-Aid, let's re-examine what Randy said. He said, nope, your owners acted in bad faith. All free agency. They've been awfully quiet lately, huh? Who does that sound like? Does that sound like Mike Florio? Remember, we told you here on Boss Cowboy Sports, they always talking. So the fact that they dodging the fan right now, Jerry's not going to be on this week. He's not. We're trying to get Steven. Boss. I wonder why.
Yoga fire.
I wonder why. Wonder why is what Gregory said. Yeah. Can't wait for you guys to ask them the same questions. See, you know what? You know why Randy had to say it like that? It's sad, y'all. That's why starting off this show with me and D.A. Lee, who I know is keeping up just as good as me. This is not getting past my dog D.A. Lee. We both seeing right through it, bro. We over here like like real talk. Me and D.A. Lee over here like, really? That's exactly how me and my boy is. Like, we seeing right through it. But this is the saddest part. This is the saddest part. I'm going to remind you. It's sad. When I say, that's why I started the show, it feels nasty. It feels dirty. I feel dirty, though. I do. To be a fan. Because it's almost like you watching good people get tricked and deceived. You watching good people that love this team be manipulated. Like Florio say, because the local media guys was carrying their water, they took that same language to Randy. And that's why Randy was like, I can't wait till y'all ask your owners about this, because ain't nobody asking, because they ain't doing no interviews. Wow. And that's why I said the saddest part is all those good Cowboy fans on Randy Gregory Twitter attacking him are only doing it because they were fed bad information from front office through Dallas local media people. It's sad. So then if you go to Randy, right? Like I did, right? Well, I heard it was something going on. Like, man, what's going on? What am I hearing? And then you go check his Twitter and you see the same language that them reporters put out there. The same stories. Carrying water is what Mike Florio said. I'm going to be honest. The only thing you can do, bruh, is shake your head. Like, damn, man. It's good people over there. Really hurt. Real life hurt about this. And I'm over here like, man, them good people. But those are good people that's deceived. They got deceived by the local reporters through front office. And they went over there in love to get on Randy Gregory's behind. And it's sad. In real life, make me sad. I'd be like, did I say everybody, Jessica? I didn't mean that everybody if I said everybody. But those people that went over there, they went over there because they was fed bad information. Front office fed the locals fed the crowd went over there and attacked Randy. So I want to put that out there so we can see it in clarity. Because a lot of people not getting it broken down like this. They not getting the evidence like this. They not getting none of this. It's a lot of people out there that's just flat out deceived. They are. And it's coming from front office. Hey, I'm going to tell y'all straight up. This is toxic behavior. This is toxic. And it's treating us like we're stupid. And the people that's falling for this are likely not stupid. It's that they're busy. See, the podcast community, they not falling for it because we keep our ears to the ground. We like, you know, if you do content like this all the time, of course you go keep up. But if you kind of like a casual fan and you get your information, you say, okay, such and such reporter said it, or such and such insider said it, or it must be so. But you don't have a place that's independent like this that can kind of, you know, take you through the tea leaves and break it down. So it's going to bring me to my next point. Okay. It's going to bring me to my next point. Randy said, nah, that's your toxic fan base that believe I owe them and their team something. The question is, are we toxic? Are we toxic? Yeah, we toxic. I think every team is toxic though. Every team. We not alone on being toxic. But this is the case I'm gonna make to you today. My boy Randy Gregory say next final word gonna be crazy. Bro, ooh, I wish the final word was today. Ooh, I wish. I can't wait. I have not talked to Big Game James. I've not talked to Law, and I've not talked to the OC. So I have no idea where my boys stand on this. I can't wait. But right now, it's your boy by himself. Yeah. But we toxic. And we are. But I think we like every fan base that's toxic. You know? Every fan base got some weirdos. But are we more toxic? My answer is yes. But it's a good reason. We are toxic because front office is toxic. Yeah. Let me finish this point. Then I'm going to take some calls. Then I'm going to get into my other content because I told you I'm going to talk about Kearse. I'm going to talk about Kearse. But this is the content that's most important. I'm getting ready to, I ain't gonna say most important, but what I'm telling you now is super important. We are toxic because front office is toxic. Let me paint the picture. So, this is Kevin Gray. Listen, first of all, thank you, Kevin Gray. You are doing some real work. We appreciate you. He's a third generation Cowboy fan and he's acting like it. And I really, really appreciate him. This is not easy to do. To work for 105.3 The Fan and to speak truth to power, it's not easy. And thank you. For real.
Yoga fire.
This is what he said. Yeah, D.A. Lee, my boy said Kevin is on their heads, man. Oh, he is, bro. I've never seen anything like this from the local media guys. I just haven't. So, but listen to what he said. So now a lot of people, like I say, they like to come at me, Law, Skywalker, Big Game James, the OC. Oh, that's a conspiracy theory. Oh, okay. Let's hear it from Kevin Gray. This is what he said. Cowboys sat up in our face and told us that they had to do what they had to do with the cap because when you pay Dak Prescott $40 million, you have to make tough decisions. ... Matthew Stafford got the same deal as Prescott, and Rams got better. Quit letting the Cowboys lie to you. Ooh, wait. And then I retweeted this. I got a lot of love on this because I had to retweet that. I was like, man.
Yoga fire.
God dog, Kevin Gray. God dog.
Yoga fire.
Whoa.
Yoga flame.
Whoa. I said Kevin Gray for president. The real voice of the people. I hate the below Dak lie the worst because it is Steven's fault. His price ran up $12 million on average per year. People take it like Dak destroyed this team. My boy say, Renee, what's up, my boy? What's up, dog? We need to talk. We ain't talked in a while, bro. We need to get our fellowship on, big dog. For real. You keep me sharp. For real. I appreciate you. My boy said Kevin Gray is doing the Lord's work.
Yoga fire.
Yes, he is. Let the Lord use you, Kevin. Oh, whoa. But don't ignore what I said. See, when Steven say that, well, we had to do what we had to do what we had to do in terms of these cuts because we paid Dak. So just like we saw all them people attack Randy Gregory, those same people are like, Dak greedy behind is what is hurting his team. That's what they hear. And people who know, we shaking our head like, bruh, they lying, bro. They are lying. And this is, they throwing their own quarterback under the bus. Worse. He throwing Dak under the bus for what he did. Here's the proof. Here's an experiment for everybody. Let's do an experimentation. Just go to Bing or Google and just type in Stephen Jones' biggest mistake. That's all you got to put. You ain't got to put no names. Just say Stephen Jones' biggest mistake. And you know what's going to come up overwhelming? Stephen Jones waiting to sign Dak Prescott was his biggest mistake that he quoted. We can just click through them. Here's go one. Stephen Jones. Hold on. These banner ads. Man, I hate them things. I'll go to another one. Here we go. Jones admits waiting to pay Dak Prescott was a mistake. Dak Prescott deal is Stephen Jones' biggest regret. So he's saying out his own mouth that was his biggest regret. Stephen Jones waited to sign Dak Prescott was our biggest front office mistake. Yeah, we can just go from article to article. It's thousands of them. I ain't got to show all of them, but what's the point? What's the point? The point is Kevin Gray was telling the truth with me. And Steven is lying. Steven is saying, throwing his own players, his best player. Basically, this is going to send angry fans at Dak every time he say it. So when I say I feel nasty and dirty, see, you only feel nasty and dirty when you can see what they doing, though. And you watching innocent, good Cowboy fans who love this team that don't know they getting played. You just watch them. And you shake your head like, damn, bro. You don't even know you getting played. And you over there in another man's Twitter going off on them. I'm going to take some calls. Then I'm going to get to my next point. But Kevin Gray was right, man. Yeah. We going to stay on this toxic stuff, too. We going to stay on this toxic stuff, but I'm going to take some calls. All right. But yeah, that's the sad part. Is the fans are hearing Dak is destroying this team. That's what they hearing. It's Dak's money. I didn't want to pay him, but I had to pay him. And now I got to cut this whole team up. So are we toxic? Yeah, we toxic. But we twice as toxic because our front office put stuff in our head that make us crazy. I'm telling you. Now, people that follow Boss Cowboy Sports in places like this, they don't fall for it. They be like, I see right through it. Try somebody else. But we got the call line open. I'm very curious on what y'all got to say. We got the call line open. I'm going to take some break from the content and go talk to y'all. And we're going to just talk about what I'm presenting. Here we go. Boss Cowboy Sports. Somebody just hung up. Try again. Boss Cowboy Sports.
What's up, boss?
What's up?
Hey, I'm sorry. I thought that was your message when I called the first time.
You got right in though. What's up? Man, you call right back quick.
Hey,
Boom, boom.
I seen you on Twitter today. I was in the space with you. Did you hear me giving you some love?
Man, I see you, bro. Every day. You do it every day.
Yeah, I was giving you some love today, along with your guy Nixon, and he ended the thing because I guess because you were arguing with that lady, and I was laughing at her because she wouldn't let you get a word, not one in. You know?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know,
Yep.
and that's where you're right about. You know, some of the fans, they're toxic. You know, not all of us are toxic, but some of us jump the gun instead of, like you say, getting all the facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, remember when I called you last show and I was going off about Stephen Jones pulling the meddling mess about, you know, putting the claws and everything, and you were putting the Yo Got Flame and
Yoga
firing the
fire.
shots and playing all the drops and stuff, you know?
Oh yeah, you was killing it.
And
I
stuff
had
like
nothing to
that.
add.
You know, but at the same time, I'm real about what you say, and I listen to what you had to say. I wait until you put all the facts out there before I make my judgment, because you have to have all the facts before you make a judgment. Now, where I say, like I've been seeing, I can read the tea leaves. I'm not stupid.
Right.
I'm very, very smart. Even though
Right.
I don't know as much as you guys know, as much as Law knows and all them, but still, I get all the information before I go jumping the gun, because when you jump the gun, you put your foot in your mouth,
Right.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
At the same time. And I don't like the fact that Stephen Jones messed it up for us with Randy Gregory, but it is what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Okay? If you love your team and you support your team, you keep supporting your team no matter what. You may not like the calls that are made, but like I told you before, like I said before, we're not the billionaires. We're not the ones that own the team. So if we love the team, we got to stick by them no matter what. And eventually there will be better days ahead. But at the same time, you got to keep an open mind and realize that life isn't perfect, and neither is football, neither is any organization, because we all have our faults, okay?
Yeah.
And I know one thing we do well is draft well, so I'm looking forward to that. And hopefully we can sign some more people in free agency, like Bobby Wagner and Kearse. Do you think we're going to sign Kearse, or what's going on with that, boss?
Let me save that to the end. I'm gonna
Okay.
answer that.
All right.
I'm gonna answer that.
All right, but I just wanted to give you some love and tell you that I love you, and
Love you too.
I'm going to listen to the rest of the show, and let's go Cowboys, okay?
Let's go.
Here,
Let's go.
let's have a good season.
Let's have a good season. And he right. We don't make the decisions, you know. But what I would want to see, I would want to see us pressure front office like y'all pressured Randy Gregory. For real. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Hey, what's up, boss?
Hey, what's up? Who is this?
Hey, this is Chief Caesar, man. Just representing the Cowboy Nation. Hey,
You-
I got caught up in that gas, too, a little bit when it first came out, because I was like, man, it's just another player about to run it up. You know, I was thinking, like, okay, you know, somebody, you know, his agent probably put a battery in his back, you know, like a lot of them cats do. And then I started looking at it, and I'm like, okay, this ain't adding up. And then when it, you know, you start dropping your stuff, and I started seeing both sides of it, I was like, yeah, same old story, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And see, I'm
I'm surprised they
glad.
jumped on Gregory Twitter like that and just started, you know, shooting shots at him before they got both sides of the story, though. That's some foul stuff.
Yeah, but I almost don't blame the fans, right? Because they getting their side from people that appear creditable, right?
Right, that's what you would think.
Right.
Supposed to be, you know, media dudes, they professionals, you know, they getting the inside story. But then to think of it, you know, they didn't even get both sides of the story. Then they come out a couple hours later once you start busting it down, and they're like, hey, Gregory, they tried to slide this deal in here. Even Fish was kind of rooting for, you know, for the front office too, and then he came back and kind of backslid on that, talking about, oh yeah, this the other side. it's just typical, contract talk. No, you don't switch somebody's contract up when you go buy a car. They don't slide you one contract, then come back out of the office and, come up with whole new terms. Don't give you a chance to read and try to hurry up and get you to sign it. No, that's sneaky deep.
Yeah.
Real talk.
That's what, yeah. They call that table closing. You know what I'm saying? Where you try to
That's some rough stuff.
change up the terms at the table. That's a table close. Yeah, that's the term for it.
Yeah,
My professors used to call it a closing bomb. It's actual terms for what they tried. It just blew up in their face.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it either. I mean, I feel like they're burning bridges. They're making the team look worse. We're supposed to be building it up, and it's like they're just taking it apart as we build it while we flying the plane.
Okay, and then the people saying Randy's family wanted out of Dallas. I'll go check out what his wife said, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't believe it. Nope.
Yeah, I think they're just throwing fuel to the flames.
Yeah, that's what they doing. They
Like
throwing
talking about Murray Cooper
they throwing
and
wood
Jackson.
on that
They
false
never
fire.
had no beef on the sideline.
Right. This is
So we get traded. All this stuff come out. It's like the Deshaun Watson thing with the GM that we were talking about. the
yeah,
other
man.
day. As
Yeah.
soon as you want to trade, hey, 13, 20 girls pop out of nowhere. Oh, you got these lawsuits. You ain't going nowhere, player. Oh, we gonna tarnish your name so you can't get enough. That's some weak
And
stuff.
then I'm not gonna even kind of fight it too bad, but I really want people to try to stop and think before they kind of go for these stories, right? So
Right.
if he wanted to be in Denver, why actually show up to the closing table with Dallas? Just don't even go. You just tell Dallas, I'm going with Denver.
Right.
They showed up to the closing. Why, why, if you want to go to Denver, why spend the previous night, which they said they stayed up almost all night is what they said, on his contract with Jerry. They say they worked out the details with Jerry the night before. So you spent all that time because you didn't want to go to Dallas?
Right. And they said he was cool with the pay and all that stuff. It had to be more to it. It just didn't make sense once all that stuff started coming out. That's all I wanted, man. I just want to drop my little opinion. Boss, I rock with you, man. Keep doing your thing because you be lighting them up.
I appreciate it, big dog.
A lot of Cowboy
It
Nation
do
just
need to
lost
be
in the
heard,
sauce.
bro. It do need to be heard because it's a lot of good people getting played. I appreciate that, big
Right.
dog. Yeah.
No problem, big dog.
All right. That was a good call, man. But just think about this stuff, y'all. Don't just go with the narrative. You should already see that there's a mechanism in place to play you, to deceive you. If you can't see that from this week, you gonna get deceived again. Let me take another call. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Hey, what's up, boss?
Hey, what's up?
Not much, man. I kind of want to just like push back a little bit on just I guess the doom and gloom, trying to just move forward, trying to just and I get the point of just being aware. You got to be aware of just the BS the Joneses do, Like, it doesn't make sense to lose Randy Gregory just because it was a good contract. But I think the ultimate thing I just got to remind myself about Randy Gregory is, and really just the other two guys in Collins and Cooper that you can argue were great talent. You can argue that this team only went 12-5, and to lose players like that, the math doesn't equate to a better team, right?
Yeah.
Moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
So, my only pushback would be with those three players. I think would just being more significant than a Cedric Wilson or a Connor Williams. I could say that the flaws in those guys was just the reliability to a point of, like when you talked about Gregory, like with just him getting injured, and just in his years of when he was suspended. You talk about a guy that's being put up on the shelf, but still dealing with injury problems. And I think you got guys out there like a Wagner, a Matthew, who are game-changing pieces enough. And I think that's what's the thing about this defense, just needing enough game changers. Versus, Dorrance Armstrong, Fowler, those are solid NFL players. But Gregory is a game changer when you have him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what equated into that 12-5 was that, the big guy, that we have on defense is Micah Parsons. So that's your main game changer. And I don't think Gregory was a great piece to that, but I don't think he was just an ultimate game changer that was irreplaceable. He was a game changer, but I don't think he's an irreplaceable game changer, And the same thing could just be said about Cooper and Lyell. So those guys they just weren't the only just mixture to that 12-5. Now it'd be nice to have those guys and be able to, sign one more player and then do what you got to do in the draft. But I think you can still replace that production. With Amari, it was just, just having a disgruntled talent. I think you can replace that production with just some more camaraderie, just more chemistry. Obviously, if the franchise isn't feeling you, then that just kind of hurts production, which, hurts the overall production. So I think having like a second-round receiver that, has enough talent but doesn't have that baggage that with the, not having to worry about the front office blackballing you, that would be more productive for this team, moving forward. And I think, you saw that looming. You saw last year having Amari Cooper, as talented as he was, we went 12-5 with Amari Cooper beefing with the front office and not getting production. So
was he beefing? Bro, because you're starting to make up stuff. I'm with you, but you're starting to kind of inflate stories.
Well, but think about it. Like, we went 12-5, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Amari Cooper and the front office, they were obviously beefing, right? That's how we got to this point of them releasing.
No. No.
Is that
beefing?
wrong?
Yeah, that's wrong. It was no beef.
There was no beef between the front office and Amari Cooper.
The only beef...
Not saying that Amari Cooper started it.
The only beef would have been that vaccination. That's it. But, it wasn't no beef. It was business. They didn't want, nor do they want, a number one in their system. No. They rather go with a committee of receivers so that they don't have to pay a number one. That's what this is about. This has nothing to do with beef. This has something to do with a philosophy. So they literally asked him, hold on real quick. They asked Steven. No, hold on real quick, big dog.
Okay.
They asked Steven 3 weeks ago, why was Amari not getting his targets? He said, because of our philosophy. It wasn't no beef.
Okay, so let's use a different word then. Maybe beef is too much of an aggressive word. It's a word that can be misconstrued for whatever, for interview sake, for the media's sake. But obviously there won't be that type of, like, if you get a guy in the second round, he's not gonna be as talented as Amari, but he won't have that looming over him as to a guy that you're going to take away his production because of X, Y, and Z, correct?
Well, just to say getting a guy in the second round, what guys in the second round come in with number one skill sets?
That's not what I'm saying.
I asked you a question.
No, you're not going to get any guy. You can get. There's been cases when if you have other guys, like if CeeDee Lamb can't step up to be that number one, but that's still up for judgment. So I think we don't want to get caught up in that 2018 period of when you had that wide receiver by committee, and that was a big fail. Now, I'm totally with you on that. But I just feel like I don't.
Hold on, bro. So your pushback is things are gonna be okay. That's what you're saying. That's all you pretty much saying. Okay. You believe everything gonna be okay. I got you. So basically, cool. You believe everything gonna be okay. Cool. So this is one of the things. When stuff break the same day, the whole thought of let's just move on is not smart. Because the Randy Gregory stuff came out today. Okay? I'm talking about it today. I'm not talking about something that he said a week ago that I'm bringing up. I'm talking about what happened today. So so it's too many fans to me that anytime they get any news that exposes their front office, they just let's just move on. Let's be hopeful. I don't want to be negative. I'm gonna duck. I don't want to hear it. How's your front office gonna change if you just keep ducking every time they do dumb shit, bro?
I mean, they ain't changed for 26 years. Like, the dumbest shit they did was to let go of Jimmy Johnson. And, like, you know, like.
But that's not the answer. How are they gonna change if we keep? See, that's the key word. If we keep ducking our heads.
So, like, if what type of revolt you suggesting to make them change? Because they ain't changed. I don't. And you know, that's our ultimate thing as fans. Like, we're still gonna root, and you know, come week one, we're still gonna be trying to think about how this team can be successful. Even in, you know, like last year, like there wasn't expectations for this team. You know, defensively, you look bad, and you make one draft pick, and I'm not saying that's gonna happen again, but again, like, I mean, as far as like revolting against Jerry Jones and them, like, I mean, I guess, yeah.
Well,
I mean,
I'm gonna tell you right now, big dog. The revolt is already happening. It's already happening, bro. It's just what it is. It's already happening. I'm gonna explain it. Okay. All right. Let me get into that because I'm gonna talk about the revolt now. All right.
All right.
Appreciate it, big dog. That was a good call. I do like to get conflicting views, you know what I mean, and talk through it. I think he was a lot fairer than some of the other people that called. I think he was a lot more open to disagree, and I was trying to be better about it, you know, not being confrontational from a difference of opinion. But I want to talk about what he talked about. What is the revolt? All right, because that's what he asks. Okay, so I'm gonna get into that. So I already warned everybody. Okay, I said this about March 16th. So that's 4 days ago. I said fans will stop sacrificing when it becomes obvious front office not bought in like them. A protest won't have to be organized. Going to that caller. Okay, answering this question. I said a protest won't have to be organized, but will happen one by one organically. Spending for Cowboys merchandise will take a hit in 2022. Too many clumsy, major, horrible offseason fumbles. I said that 4 days ago. Then something crazy happened. We lost one. We lost a big boy. Okay. This dude named No Envy Chris. Now what's crazy is me and No Envy actually got into it. I had no idea. But me and him went back and forth bad on Twitter. But this is what he put out. Y'all stay with me, because I'm still going to get to Kearse. We gonna talk about some football, but let me get to this, because he say, what's gonna be the revolt? This is Chris' statement. This is official statement, which was a joke. This was a joke, but he truly moved on. I actually talked to him about this. I listened to him. I listened to his whole story. So I know the background. I'm going to probably bring him on because I want to actually interview him. I want to be like, bro, what happened? And just get into it. I want to hear his side. But this is the thing. He expressed his side. He said, I've been a Dallas Cowboy fan for 30 years. In that time, I've been blessed to witness Super Bowl wins and also went through some terrible years with guys like Quincy Carter and Bobby Carpenter. I'm faithfully supported this team despite clearly being cursed by the Jimmy Johnson departure, and never once did I waver. I also know I'm not the only one. Listen, because now it gets good. It gets good. He said, despite all of this, the shortcomings and ineptitude of the front office, namely Stephen Jones in recent years, has caused me to question their commitment to winning. Between terrible coaching hires, a lack of aggressiveness in free agency, and willingly disrespecting its current players by offering below market contracts, which constantly forces them to leave. It's become clear that this team no longer has interest in winning if it affects their bottom line. Furthermore, the disgusting accusations of sexual misconduct that has been swept under the rug does not sit well with me as a human being. It was great sadness that I'm announcing I would no longer be a Dallas Cowboy fan, and I will be taking my talents to Los Angeles as a Chargers fan. Thank you for the memories, and I look forward to the next chapter of my life. I predicted this was going to happen, and it's going to keep happening. It's going to keep happening, and I'm going to tell y'all straight up, I hope it keep happening. Now, this is the worst part. Me and him, we went at it. We did. But when it came down to it, I couldn't disagree with him. And so I'm going to be a Dallas Cowboy fan until I'm in the grave. But my reasons are different. Okay? So when it comes down to the Dallas Cowboys and me, the Dallas Cowboys with me predates Jimmy and Steven. Okay? The Dallas Cowboys to me has more to do with my family than Jerry and Steven. Because some of the best days of my life was looking at my mama and looking at my daddy tell me those stories about the Cowboys from the 70s and 80s. And they used to light up. They used to light up. And it's the memories of us watching those games together in the 90s. And we used to be watching those games. And after Eminem would go off, and my mom and dad would be cheering. Nah, somebody say true fans don't jump. Nah, this ain't the Bloods and the Crips, y'all. Nah, this is a game. Nah, because some people don't like the sick feeling, bro. And then how can any one of us fault him for having that feeling about what was leaked out about the alleged mistress that led to a illegitimate daughter mixed with what happened with those cheerleaders? Nah, you don't gotta stick by that, dog. No, you don't. Nor will I make you feel guilty for walking away. No, that's his reasons. My reason that I'm never leaving is because of my family. And because I'm committed to this, because I want more generations of my family to experience that twinkle that was in my dad's and my mom's eye that I would never forget. How we would watch those games and Eminem would go off, Aikman would go off, the playmaker would go off, and after they did it all, my mom would still look at me and say, as good as that was, that had nothing on what I used to see from them other Cowboys. And it was just, but I don't fault Chris. I don't fault Chris at all. I'm cool with it. And I think we got to learn to be cool with it. Because what I'm not going to show you, which I should, I'm not going to show you how Cowboy fans responded to him. I'm not going to show you that. I'm not going to show you how Cowboys fans responded to me. It's too toxic. It'll probably shut down my page. It was stuff they said to him that was so evil and dirty. So I want to bring that up because I first asked, are we toxic? Jessica, I see you. I see you, Jessica. I'm going to take your call. Let me get through this presentation, please. I know you got something to say on this. I know you got passion. But I got a presentation to do. And I'm going to do it first. And then I'm going to take some more calls. So anyway, yeah, all this, we treat this game almost like it's the Crips and the Bloods, blood in, blood out. You not real if you leave. Listen, let's all be honest. The front office is toxic, man. And I don't fault anybody, not one person, from walking away from this. Not one. I'm not going to say you disloyal. I'm not going to say you fake. I really do. And I'm going to tell you, selfishly, I want 2 million more of Chris this year. I want Jerry and Steven to walk into game 1 with them seats half full. That would make my day. Because what else is going to wake them up? They literally, like Chris said, throw their players under the bus. They negotiate through the media. They say we had to make all these cuts because we had to pay Dak $40 million. It's some people that don't want all that trash, man. And I'm going to say it like this, and then I'm going to take some calls. I said some of our fans want to belong to organizations that don't leak everything in the public, throw players and coaches under the bus, and don't have 2 major alleged women issues drop in a month. Sometimes walking away is the best way to let abusers know you respect yourself. And I mean that. Somebody was like, abuse? What do you mean? Well, you just don't know you being abused. You have no idea that you being abused, bruh. That's because when they leak to you, you believe it. But if you me, where you see right through it, it's abuse. And it's insulting. It's treating us like we're stupid. And they do it every year, every year, every year. Every year they say winning is first. Every year they say, if you knew how much I would give to just get to a Super Bowl, y'all would be shocked. How about just give us some silence, mother? How about just shut up, bro? How about that? You don't even got to pay for that. How about just stop throwing Mike McCarthy, Dak, Zeke, all your best players under the bus? Let's start with the basics. So I'm going to take some calls. Jessica, I'm going to call you.
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. But,
All right, what you got?
Anyway,
like I said, they wrong for what they did to Randy. Randy did not want to leave. Amari Cooper did not want to leave. If y'all didn't look at Amari Cooper video and you couldn't see with your own two eyes that baby did not want to leave, they forced them young men to leave.
Yep.
They the reason why. You want to sit here and go after players and talk down on players and all this stuff. But like I said, get mad at who you need to get mad at. The Joneses. Stop with all this stupidity.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all want to sit here and talk about toxic. No, I'm not toxic, baby. Y'all might be toxic, but I'm not toxic.
Mm-hmm.
I love my team. I've been loving my team since I was 5 years old. Then, like them people saying, these people got all this drama going on their side of the town. So, yeah, they want to do something to try to appease the fans. And then they do all this stupid stuff to make fans mad. Because this here is all Stephen Jones. You want to sit here and talk about Walmart shopping and all of this stuff, and people go to Walmart. Walmart not the cheapest thing. You want to talk about cheap, then how about Dollar Tree?
Right.
Now that's cheap.
Yeah.
Don't keep talking about Walmart cheap, because Walmart been banking and raking over people for years. They sit up, they got messy workers working for them, trying to make people lives miserable. You go in there and try to you having a good day, you go in there to try to take care of your business, and sometimes you might get the wrong cashier, because that cashier toxic, as y'all say, or got a lot of stuff going on in their life, and they ain't got Jesus. Well, honey, when you got Jesus in your life, all this other stuff don't matter. And I'm sorry, Jesus in everything I do. And I love my football team. And he know that I do. That's why he allowed me to meet Zeke. But anyway, y'all need to stop all this talking about toxic this and toxic that. You stop speaking negative over your life. And if you want to be negative, y'all go ahead and be negative. But me, I tell y'all to be PBO and be positive, because it said out of the mouth, you can speak life over yourself, or you can speak death and defeat over yourself.
Hold on,
Y'all sit here and complain about
Jessica, you felt like you was being called toxic?
Do what?
You felt like I was calling y'all toxic?
No. When you said toxic fan base, I said no. I ain't toxic.
Okay.
Everything.
So basically what you're saying is be a little bit more specific
toxic.
And say there's a lot of people
that talk crazy that are toxic, and that's why he call them toxic, because they always bad mouthing people like that. They want to blame this man. So you gonna tell me this man played for cheap on rookie contract all the years he was there, and when he finally get his money, it's a lot of problems. Then folks want to talk about, oh, it's his fault. But just like you said, they want to make it the players. They throw their players on the bus. They want to put Dak out there. They know that people going to come after Dak when they made that big statement. Because first of all, when we didn't have no quarterback, they weren't expecting Dak to be as good as he was. So, yeah, they want to make him look bad. They want to take his peoples away. That boy and Cooper ain't had no beef. Cooper and Dak were together. That was his wingman.
Yeah.
Cooper told Dak how to go out there and get what he needs and make score, and he did it. He told Dak about changing up plays that they didn't want to do. So that's the real reason why Cooper not here, because Cooper and Dak are team, and they don't like it, because when those boys are out there on that field connected together, we score. Dak could go do it, or Cooper go do it, or he'll tell him, won't you give it to this guy, CD, and I'll do this, and I'll cause a diversion, act like you're going to throw it to me, and take the pressure off CD, and let him come after me. And then that's how Dak would give it to CD, or to Paula, or to Zeke, or somebody. That boy knew how to do, because he played chess, and that's how you do chess moves. So you need to stop believing all of this mess these folks trying to put out in the media, as Boss them so specifically tell us every time they do a show. They tell you it's always two sides to a story. So ain't no use nobody going after Gregory and want to talk to about this man when it's really the people that y'all give your money to when you go out there and pay all that money to go up in that stadium.
Yeah. And it's going to be less of
So
it.
don't keep going after our players. Stop going after them people. Them boys you don't know how them boys' life started out. And this could have been a big break. But yet y'all want to talk about people. Y'all don't know what life people done been through, the stuff people done been through, and then all you going to talk about this boy smoking weed. That boy hadn't been caught smoking no weed and done none of that. He did what it took to stay on his team, and yet they still threw him under the bus. So you thinking he should take a discount Nova check for some people who got the money but wants to make themselves look good and the players look bad? Y'all better get y'allself some knowledge about this football stuff.
For real.
And stop all this going after our players, bro, because y'all wrong. Stop going after these folks when them people throw them on the bus to get rid. Of course they going to go to the next place that say, hey, they don't want you, bro. We'll take you over here. Forget them. So why would he need to still stay connected to the fans? Why would he need to still stay following the Cowboys? Y'all people are lame. If a job get rid of you, you going to still follow that job?
Man,
You
no.
still going to be trying to go up there? No. So leave them players alone. They done them wrong. Leave them alone.
Hey, I appreciate the call. Great call, Jessica. All right.
I'm sorry. I ain't trying to make nobody mad, but y'all need to stop.
No, you good. You good. You said what you needed to say. Fantastic call. I appreciate it. All right. That was Jessica. Whew. She always go hard. Now listen. To her point, I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to tell y'all something that's realer than real deal Holyfield. Okay? Randy wanted some revenge on this fan base, I believe. Because this is what's killing me. I'm going to zoom this camera in on me when I say this. This is what's killing me.
Yoga fire.
How all these people, the Cowboys supported you. The Cowboys, Randy, they loved you. How could you do the Cowboys like this? I remember the Cowboy Nation when it came out that he was suspended a second time for failing the program. Not smoking weed, for failing the program. All right. Y'all was saying, this is what a lot, not all, this is what a lot of Cowboys, get rid of him. He ain't nothing. Get rid of him. And it was epic. It was a lot of y'all. I know because my third article ever written, my first professional article was about Randy Gregory and the chances of him being reinstated. I wrote 2 articles, professional articles, and the fans around that time was saying, get rid of him. He just a weed smoker. But now we loved him. We was good to him. Who? What fans? What? See, what I'm seeing is a lot of people like these players as long as they can be their entertainment monkeys. The moment they're not the entertainment monkeys anymore, you're toxic at those guys. You are. Yes, you are. You didn't care that marijuana was stupid to find players. Oh, you didn't talk about that. I wouldn't smoke weed if I was. It wasn't even weed and why he failed. But y'all didn't care about the details, did you? I remember that because I was fighting for the facts. I was saying, listen, y'all, calm down. Listen, he didn't smoke. He was in a rehab, clean, passed his test. You still called him a smoker. So when Randy say, y'all toxic, not speaking to people like Jessica, not speaking to everybody that's a Cowboy fan, I'm only talking to who the shoe fit. And we know, and you know what you was saying around that time. I know what I was saying. I got the articles to prove it. I was saying buy and hold Randy Gregory. That was the name of my article. I said buy him cheap and hold him. Wait for that CBA. That's exactly what I said 2 years before they did it. I say buy him cheap, hold on to him. And that's exactly what the Cowboys did. But I was saying it on business. And they did business. But a lot of the fans, like, they loved him. Remember Joe? Joe called him. They loved Randy. They put their arms around Randy. I'm like, Randy, if it was about that, why don't they love you like that? Could you go get $1 million check because they love you from the Joneses? No, they would laugh in your face. It was about the return on the investment they was trying to get out of Randy. Let's stop all this love BS. It was the Cowboys. They loved you. They cuddled you. Man, come on. All right. I'm going to take another call. Coach Marv, you say call you? See, y'all spoiled as hell. Y'all the only places where y'all get calls on the show. Boy, I swear to God, y'all so spoiled. Everybody just call me. Coach Marv, call me. I ain't mad at it, though. Good people. Let me call you, Coach Marv. I know you finna go hard. I don't mind calling y'all either. Don't let me make y'all feel bad for calling. I'm gonna take some of y'all. Somebody called me from Birmingham. I'm gonna take that call. You called me 8 times. Let me call Coach Marv first though. We gonna get into that curse too. We gonna get into curse. So y'all wait on that. Cause I got some good info on curse. I'm gonna finish on some good news. This is some good news. Coach, I'm calling you. Yeah, I got that right. Ali say, call me. What's up, Coach? Coach. Hold on, did I dial the right number? Hold on, let me check this. Shit, I don't know. Let me try you again, Coach. Then I'm gonna call that Birmingham person back. Jesus, that person been calling. They must got something to say. The South got something to say. I'm calling you, Coach. All right, here we go. Make sure you're not muted, Coach. Coach, you muted. I can't hear you. So, because I see the phone connected, I just can't hear you. All right, I'm going to call the person from Birmingham, Coach. I tried. All right, here we go. Hold on. I think, hold on. This you right here, Coach. I'm going to try it this way. I think I needed to put a 1 in front of it. Y'all give me 1 second. This freestyle, man. Come on now. We freestyling. Come on now. Y'all be patient. Oh, man, I quit. Every time I call that number, it don't work. All right, I'm going to call the Birmingham number. Then I'm going to get back into that curse content. All right, because I got some good content on curse. Y'all go like that. Okay.
Hello?
Hey, this Mark. Oh, this Boss Cowboy.
What's up, buddy? What's going on?
Who is this?
It's Uncle Charles, baby.
Oh, okay. You from Birmingham?
Yeah.
My people from Birmingham.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. What's up? What's up, Unc?
So I can give a comment?
What? Go. You live.
First of all, man, how you doing, bro? You doing okay? Good.
Yeah, I'm chilling. How you
Let
doing?
me just say this, man. Stephen Jones is the worst. He's the worst person I ever seen in my life, man. Maybe not as a son, maybe not as an uncle or cousin, but he's the worst businessman I ever saw. You mean to tell me that you're going to pay these guys a little or nothing to play pro football? This is pro football. You can get paralyzed with one lick, and you want to pay somebody wholesale prices. Let me explain something to you, man. Let me tell you something. Let's just get down to business. Let me tell you something, man. I would never put the Dollar Tree down. I just went and got me 5 bars of soap, and I'm going to rub it up done in the
Yoga,
I
fire!
can guarantee you that. But towards having positive vibes and positive vibes, I was positive too. And that guy that was stealing them sticks in that grocery store, he was positive too. But he was also positive when he ended up in handcuffs. He was positive about that.
You positive.
But let me tell y'all something, man. He the worst. He the worst person I was seeing in my life. But I'm going to tell you something. Do you think you're going to be able to play that game with Michael Parsons when he come at the end of his contract? Do you think you're going to be able to play that game with C.D. Lamb when they come at the end of their contract? So you might as well pay them now when they get in their 3rd year of their contract. You might as well pay them because they're not playing. Let me tell you something, Boss Cowboy. I've been a Dallas Cowboy fan since 1979. That's a long time, bro. I mean, they even have color back then. So come on, man. Shit, I watched that in black and white. Come on, man. Let me tell you something, man. I want people to understand. That what you're saying is systematic slavery. It's no way that Randy Gregory supposed to be on top. He'd be on top of work. You never hear him about getting into it with his teammates. You never hear about it. Only thing he is weed. Well, oh man, my damn pastor smoked weed. In fact, I called him in the back of the church hitting one. You smoking one? He said, you want to hear? I said, hell no, pastor. You just got through preaching about Noah's Ark. And now you
stupid.
Come on, man. Are you crazy? That's another thing too. He's kind of mad. He's kind of mad
fire
right now. You know, I got baptized, and I told her, I said, look, with me now. I'm a little nervous now. You jump in this water, and you don't come right up. I'm gonna give it a 10. And he forgot what I said and forgot the memo. And he held me down in the damn water, and I started taking his ass in that water with me. And now he looking at me mad, looking at me all weird and stuff. Don't worry about it, because if you do it again, I'm going to drown your ass again. I don't play it, man. But I'm going to say this in closing. Let me tell you something. I'm tired of these young athletes getting done a certain way on the team. You try to play that fool stuff with Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott said, I'm going to go over here on this beach, and you're going to play me, or I'm gone. Ezekiel Elliott didn't play. Well, who I feel sorry for is Mike McCarthy, because he's a lame duck coach. You ever played duck hunting on the Atari game? Duck hunting.
Oh, yeah.
That's his ass on the TV. And he worth 20 points. I'm telling you that right now. So let me tell y'all something. Uncle Charles has been around the world, y'all. I went to New York. Somebody said, go get a taste of the Big Apple. And I did for 2 days until I looked on that subway and seen that big-ass rat. And I said, that's it. I don't want to taste of that apple no more. And that's all I got to say, man. And I appreciate you, Boss Cowboy. He's the worst. And it's going to get worse, y'all. It's going to get worse before it get better. And that's all I got to say, player.
Oh, man. Thanks, Unc. Oh,
yes,
man.
sir.
Uncle Charles in the house, man. Woo, Uncle Charles, I always bring that.
Yoga, fire!
Straight up. So, man, I'm going to try to take another call, and then I'm going to get into that content. Y'all stay with me. Boss Cowboy.
What's going on, boss?
Gotcha, Coach.
Man.
All right.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you, boss. When you called, I answered, but I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I figured it was something with your phone. But what's up? What you
Yeah.
got?
Man, let me vent, man. I'm glad this is the type of show we need, because it is, yeah. You know, when we talk about fans, toxic fans, they got toxic. Some of the fans got toxic because your ownership that made them toxic by feeding them all this rat cheese. That's what made them toxic.
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you something.
Hold on real
ain't
quick,
nobody
Coach.
talking about
Coach,
how you
hold
got
on, Coach.
a Dalton Schultz, which ain't the third best tight end.
Hold on. I have to turn Coach down real quick. Somebody keeps saying I almost said Mark Holmes. No, I almost said my name. I said this is Marcus. My name is Marcus. That's my real name. Stop it. Coach, go ahead.
Yeah, what we need to be talking about, they want to be talking about Randy Gregory and trying to throw Dak and everybody. But you would have had some money if you ain't franchise tag a Dalton Schultz, which maybe ain't nowhere close to being a top tight end in this league, and two tight ends that you had on your list, boss, that signed 2 contracts, and they add up to $8 million. We could have had 2 tight ends that would have been better than Schultz, and they wouldn't have to pay them about $8 million this year.
Coach,
but we franchise tag a guy that catch 50 some passes for 600 some yards.
This is crazy.
So we had no problem,
Coach.
There was no problem with that.
Coach,
they got that right. I mean, they ain't had no problem to put that down quickly.
See, Coach, you treat me like I'm gonna just cut you off. That's what you treat me like. When I say your name, you just like to keep talking because I'm trying to give you credit for something. What's crazy is what you just said was what I was getting ready to talk about next with Kearse. I swear to God, I even had the numbers ready to talk about it. About the cost of them tight ends and how the Schultz tag was a waste. My boy, I don't mean my boy because he's my elder actually, but Coach B
it's
on
been
it.
burning me up, boss. That's been burning me up for a last couple of days, man. Every time I see a tight end come off the board that can block as well as catch, and here it is, we got a guy, well, a Hall of Famer. Let me tell you something. Hall of Famer Emmitt Smith said when he did his interview, when he called out Kellen Moore, he called out the tight ends. He said, we need to get some tight ends in here that can block. But we know something. We went away from they just take that and throw it like they said, throw it on the bus. Another thing, fans, get off Dak's contract. Dak signed one of the most. Yes, he got paid upfront money, but Dak signed one of the most team-friendly contracts that any of these other big-name quarterbacks signed. He signed a contract that gave Cowboys 2 voidable years in his contract, so they could always spread his money out. Where he would never hit his total on the cap would never exceed 10% of the cap because they can always spread it out. All these other quarterbacks that signed that, but the Cowboys want you make you feel that that's what we signed this big contract but he gave room for them to be able to work and do what they need to do. I don't think, let me tell you something, boss, about this, and go back to Randy Gregory. Stephen Jones made sure that was going to be a problem because he did not want to sign Gregory. He wanted it to be, because at the beginning they said he wasn't even working with the agent. Jerry wanted to sign Randy Gregory, but Stephen wanted to put some stuff in the mix to mess the whole thing up. What's the latest reporter of Slater?
Yeah.
She reported that before Randy went to Denver, that they was on the phone with Randy Gregory trying to get that stuff still removed, and the Cowboys refused. Before he got on the plane to go to Denver. They didn't want to sign him.
I'm starting to think that too, Coach. I really am.
Stephen Jones did not want to sign Randy Gregory, and I hate to throw this out there, boss. Like I told you, me and you say we listen to everything people say. One of the guys that say I ain't gonna say his name, everybody know what I'm talking about. He always in the building. He came out and said the day when they were talking about the JPP, and he said, well, why not sign? $114 million. We don't have a $14 million defense end. Why don't we can get 2 $7 million pass rushers? That's the philosophy he's getting from inside the building. And that was what they wanted to do from the start. Jerry might have wanted that dog out there and say, I want a guy that's going to be a cornerstone. But Steven's philosophy is committed by receiver and committed by rush.
Yep.
You will not see him pay no top defensive ends because he feels he can do that committed wise, as well as he can feel he can do it by receiver wise. That's his philosophy.
Yeah.
As soon as they sign these guys, then they don't use them.
Coach, that's one of the main reasons I said daddy issues. That's one of the main reasons I said daddy issues.
That's daddy issues.
That's
so
daddy
right,
issues.
That's a you know something? I want the fans to think about this. Every time we sign a guy, okay, let's go back to this. We signed Zeke. They talked about that. And ever since they signed Zeke to a big contract, and everybody want to talk about his production, the Cowboys done cut his production.
Yeah.
His carries done went down every year.
Yep.
You sign Cooper. His production on the field go down every year after he got his contract, and his numbers went down. You signed him because then you didn't want to give him the money, and then you wanted to make him look bad because your focus ain't about winning. It's about getting everybody on your side to say, we shouldn't have paid those guys that money. That's coming from your own toxic organization.
Yep.
There's no smart person in the world pays a guy anywhere, any company, any football team, and don't use them. That's called
but
stupid.
Dallas. That's it.
But Dallas.
That we the only ones do that.
And our fan base can't see that. We can't see that.
Some of
their
them can't,
production
coach.
goes down because their usage go down. We work them hard before they get the contract, but as soon as they get the contract, then we turn everything on to them and say, oh, well, we can't win with them. And we always mention, people, if y'all been watching football, I know even Cowboy fans, they see press conferences and see general managers for other teams talk. There's no general manager out there that talks about the cap as much as the Cowboys.
Nobody.
And I got one last point, boss. You heard, I know you went over the Mike McCarthy interview when he did. If you got a head coach that set up that, the things he said about Cooper tells me straight up, he wasn't in agreement with this at all.
I ain't even heard that interview yet, Coach.
Oh, if you listen to what he said, he goes and says that you cannot get that type of skill set, those type of lateral quickness, everything he said, there's no way in the world that he was in that room and said, yes, get rid of Cooper. But at the end, he had the total company line to say, well, you have to do certain things for cap constraints. But when you talk about if you thought he was not a fit, the only thing you can say is he was a great guy, a great receiver, and then go to the point saying, well, it was a cap issue. But the things he said about Cooper, there's no way that in the world that he was in agreement with this. But Stephen Jones got Kellen Moore wrapped around his finger.
Right.
And that is the problem. If there was any friction between Dak and Cooper, it all starts with Kellen Moore and Stephen Jones.
Yep.
And if Cowboy fans can't see that, because if the offensive coordinator can tell you that you can't use a receiver like Cooper, and every other team that can say, yeah, we can find some way to use it, that tells you that he started the problem. And when he started the problem, I say this again, Dak, I love you to death, and this is not saying Dak's fault, but you're gonna have to break that alliance, because he's gonna take your butt down a road where it's gonna be total destruction. And he is the one that can, because he's a franchise quarterback. He better break that line. I know he love him. I know he like Kellen, But Kellen been with him all the time. But he ain't going down the right road because Stephen Jones does not like to play players. And and just look at it, people. What type of players he always throwing on the bus? He ain't throw LVE on the bus when he went performing as a first round draft pick.
Mm-mm.
And still gave him a contract.
Ooh, man, Coach, let me take some of these comments because they so fire. And then I'm gonna talk about some of the stuff you talked about.
This is a sad situation, boss. But it's something that got to be talked about and got to continue to be talked about. But push that tight end thing because ain't nobody talking about that.
I'm finna do it now, Coach. Let me do it. I got it right now.
All right, man.
Literally,
play the ball.
Literally. All right, Coach. That was Coach Marv, man. You know you always bring that fire. 2 comments that set it off. First, my boy Montana, who keep it too real. I like Montana's style because he kind of like me. He ain't got no friends, in a way. Meaning, he go say what he got to say, and he's going to be assertive about his opinion. That's how I am. I'm just going to tell you. D.A. Lee like that too. D.A. Lee ain't got no friends. He going to tell you straight up. And I don't mean that insulting. I like them type of guys because, see, you know exactly where they coming from. You know exactly. And if it's a misunderstanding, y'all go figure it out quick because they straight up. D.A. Lee and my boy Montana, for sure. But Montana said these fans pocket watch because they mad these young bulls can buy their lifestyle. Oh, my. Ooh. And see, Montana, that's one thing that's so true what you saying because Jerry and them know that. And they able to use the envy. The OC talked about that. He talked about that a year ago. Player envy. You know what I'm saying? So when we hear 40 million, to us, that'd be like, I take 40 million. You work at Burger King. You're a manager at Jiffy Lube. It's different. Of course you'll take 40 million. This is another fire comment by Ali. Check this one. He said, only reason why Kellen came up the ranks so rapidly was to push Stevens' agenda.
Yoga fire.
Woo-wee. So let me get into this cursed content, which is dealing with the tight ends. All right. I promised you, Coach, I got you. I promise you. Because it was so funny that Coach brought that up. So funny. Because I'm like, Coach is reading my freaking mind. He's already in the presentation. Coach, I might have to call you back. This is what I said March 19th, yesterday. I said, fun fact. I said the Schultz tag cost of $10.9 million is about the price of top safeties in the entire NFL. Front office apologies. I have a question. Which player had more team value? I said then the Dallas Cowboys. I should have said for the Dallas Cowboys. Typo. Kearse or Schultz, right? So Coach say talk about that tight end.
Yoga fire.
So I got the numbers. Bingo. These are, and this is what Coach Marv was talking about. All right. It's crazy Coach Marv brought that up because I already had it sitting here ready to go. Coach Marv was out. See, that's what let you know, Cowboy fans, it's no fans like us, y'all. I'm going to just be honest. It is no fans like us. We are the best fans in the world. Now, Coach Marv said you could have got 2 tight ends for less than the price of Schultz. Was he lying? O.J. Howard cost $3.5 million. My number 1 tight end, O.J. Howard cost $3.5 million. You could have got OJ Howard, and you could have got Hayden Hurst, which is my number one tight end, my favorite. Both of them for less than a tag of Schultz. You could have got both of those guys. Both of those guys block better than Schultz. Hayden Hurst is way more athletic than Schultz. Not a little bit more, way more. You can just look at it. And this was what was killing me. It was so many people on that tweet. Oh, Schultz, he was that security blanket. You will never see Schultz ever in your life run a vertical against a corner. Like what you seeing right here with Hayden Hurst. He's running a vertical on a corner and got to step on him. And our fans, oh, we should, tagging Schultz was smart. No, it was not. Hayden Hurst was sitting right here, better and cheaper. Everything, and so go look at what they had Hurts doing, and then let's take a look at what they had Dalton Schultz doing. Totally different. Coach said, talk about that tight end, Coach. I got you. Cause man, that boy, man, Hayden Hurst killing. Look at how they use it. Out routes, fades, verticals, seam routes, big seams in the pocket, crossing patterns where he using his speed. This is Hayden Hurst for $3.5 million. And I told you he was going to be around $3.5 million. I said that. Somebody say Hurst is a bust. Peter, you crazy. But see, I want y'all to look at the differences of how both of them are used. Now let's go look at Schultz. And people are like, oh, he got all these catches. Dump off. Let's look at him again. See how they use him. Dump off. Let's see how he get his touchdown. Play action bootleg. Deception. Deception got an open. That wasn't a skill. That wasn't beating a man. Dump off. Let's see this play. Finds an open seam. Dump off. Not saying he catching it. He doing his job and catching it. But all it takes is a little imagination. Could another tight end dump off? This whole game is dump offs. You won't turn on no tape and see him doing anything vertical. All his touches, dump off. I mean, this is all his touches. Every one of them, dump offs. Dump off. Got blasted. Ooh, he got blasted. Good catch, though. Somebody say, oh, stop. See, y'all don't like facts, man. I mean, damn. I mean, I'm showing you facts. I see y'all. I think the truth just hurt, man. Oh, I think he might be just. Yeah, but these are dump offs. Am I lying? I'm showing you every pass. Am I lying? Am I lying? Dump off. Dump off. You paid $10 million for somebody to find holes in the zone. That was nice right there, though. I like that. I like that by Schultz right there. Because first of all, it was a 2-minute drill. He trucks the guy and still gets out of bounds. I like that. That's awareness. I do like that awareness right there. But let's be honest. You paid $10.9 million for a dump off. That's honestly, all these people, go look at his stats. Go look at his film. Another dump off. Yeah. Am I lying? Yeah. Everything dump off. Let me see. Is it going to be a play action deception? No, this is actually a route. That's one he earned. I got to give him credit on that one. That's the one he earned. That wasn't a dump off. That was man coverage versus a safety, and he won. That's not a dump off. That's not. That one is not a dump off. That's man coverage. The safety came over late. He dipped him inside, and he won the route. Touchdown. But we see 95% of what he's doing, dump off. Come on, y'all. So then, I mean, people, Bo, stop. I mean, what? Stop telling the truth? Like, what, y'all want me to lie? That's why I asked. I'm just keeping it real. I'm asking you a real question. I'm asking a real question, bro. I'm asking a real question. Hold on, let me go back to what I was saying. Yeah, it's right here. I'm asking a real question. 10.9 million for Schultz. See, because it's not that he wasn't productive. He was productive. It's what made him productive. And see, the playmaker warned about this. He warned about this. He talked about systems. He talked about, do I need to play that clip again? Or do y'all have it memorized by now? Somebody say he's reliable. Yeah, he's reliable. But this is the issue for everybody that's justifying paying them $10.9 million. The past 4 tight ends in his system have all been reliable. Every one of them. Before Schultz, Jarwin was reliable. Before Jarwin, it was Swam. He was reliable. Then Witten came back. He was reliable. He left, came back, and still was reliable. What is that saying? Every tight end you put in this system can run dump offs. It's that simple. Yeah, it's that simple. So everybody like, yeah, he was dependable. Yeah, he was. But every tight end was dependable in this system. Because in our system make role players stars and stars role players. So you get an artificial amount of targets to your role players. That's what got Cedric Wilson paid, and that's what got Schultz paid. Both of those guys was role players that's going to get overpaid because of this dumb system. This system that takes what the defense gives. And I would too. I'd be like, yeah, keep dumping it off the Schultz. Keep doing it because y'all are undisciplined. That's exactly what I would do. Yeah, keep dumping it off. Move all the way downfield with that until one of y'all get a holding. Come on, Steve. No, bro. No, Steve. I'm not talking to you, big dog. I know you're not dumb. My boy Steve say, boss, we did not sound all that dumb like that. No, Steve, you not dumb. I'm just saying though, like, we looking at the film, like, that's what we do here, right? I'm not giving y'all opinions. I'm showing you where Hayden Hurst was used on speed outs. He was used on non-routes, fade routes, drag routes. Did you see Schultz run one fade the whole season? Did they ever try him deep? Nope. Why? Because he's not a vertical threat. And Coach Marv said it. He said it perfect. Because, see, the Cowboy fans be really researching, like my boy Tyrone Church. My boy be researching. He wasn't lying. You could have got 2 better tight ends. Literally, for almost half the price. We needed to cut Cooper. We needed to because we needed that money. We couldn't sign Randy Gregory. I wonder if that tag money would have helped. With that. Somebody say stop crying, Cowboy fans. I know, bro. We crying. I need that shame button. I'm gonna get that shame button. Somebody say shame, Jay. I'm gonna get that shame button, bro. But right now, matter of fact, a better button for tagging Schultz is major ball drop. So I told y'all I was gonna give y'all some news on Kearse, okay? Because what's been happening, really, this is what's been happening. We have been lobbying for Kearse. My boy Jay Tuck been going hard. Ooh. Skywalker been doing his thing for Kearse. The people who really understand football really know Kearse always was and should have been. I'll do a mock draft next time, bro. I ain't gonna do no mock draft today. It's too late. My boy say do a mock draft. We'll do a mock draft. We gonna start doing mock drafts when I drop my book. And that's gonna be next week. Well, this week. This week. When I drop the book this week, we're gonna start doing mock drafts. I'm talking about a lot of them. We might do mock drafts every day. We might. Or every show. You know. I just wanted to get through the book first. That's a lot of work too. Because even when I get off the show, guess what I'm start back working on? The book. Because it's a lot of work, bro. It's a lot of work. But, you know, I love it. You know, I love breaking down players. I love ranking these guys. I love preparing ideas that can help this team. But Kearse, no doubt, should have been the first person signed. Because that $10.9 million would have done it easily. Easily. Let's look at the free agent market with the safeties. And this is what I said. The safety market is what I call a depressed market. Most of the players in the safety market are way underpaid versus the tight end market. So who will be a player that would likely be in the Kearse family? In my opinion, if I was to try to compare a market value for Kearse, I would look at Marcus May, mainly because of the age. Okay. Because it's an easy argument that I could easily say Kearse is more important than Dallas than all the top safeties to their teams. There is nobody that's more versatile for Dallas than Kearse. It's nobody that brings more leadership to Dallas than Kearse. He's our green dot guy that allows Micah Parsons to play free. Yeah. That's why Kearse should have been first, not Schultz. If there was anybody to tag, it's easy to see where we likely would have been able to easily find. Listen, where will we? And we warned it. We said this early. Which market could you replace the easiest? OJ Howard and Hayden Hurst? Shoot, you even got Eric Ebron still sitting out there at 28. Who was also somebody we talked about a month ago on this show as people that can step in and replace Schultz now. So which one would have been easier? Getting Yeah, I see somebody say OJ Howard sucks. But see, did I just say OJ Howard though? Nope. I gave you way more than just OJ Howard, didn't I? Didn't I? On this show, we didn't just stop at OJ Howard. I know we trying to find, like we trying to find guys that we can be like, forget him. He not no Schultz. Okay, cool. But what about Evan Ingram? Yeah, he better than Schultz all day. If you say not, you crazy. You put him and make him the primary dink and dunker in Dallas, man, you talking about yak yards off the roof. You put him in Dallas system. Oh my God. You put Hayden Hurst in Dallas system. Oh my God. All them targets going to Hayden Hurst. Oh Lord. But going back to what I was saying. Yeah. Which one would have been easier? Because now we can clearly see, because these guys are getting paid. Because when I said earlier, I told everybody, I said OJ and Hayden Hurst go for about 3.5. I can go pull up the clips where I said they went for exactly 3.5 million. You could have got two tight ends, almost half the price of what you paid for Schultz. One of them for sure better. The other one arguably is better. And you would have had the rest of the money to easily go take care of the real dog, the real leader, the real impact player, the real domino player. And that's Kearse. So this is the good news though about Kearse. And this is the thing that makes me scared about Stephen Jones. Remember, this is the depressed market. Marcus May, to me, is in line with what should be Kearse. Both of them around the same age. For people that want to use that one good year against Kearse, well, make him an offer around Marcus May. You should close that deal. But see, this was the scarier part early this week. Early this week, they said the Cowboys and Kearse is far apart. How are you far apart in a market this depressed? Look at these signed guys: 1.1, 1.7, 3.1, 7.2, 5.2, 7.5. Then you finally get to 10.5, then 11, then 14 million. So what in the world did Steven offer in this type of market to even say they was far apart? You see how scary Steven is? Like, what did you offer him, bro? This is the good news, though. This is the good news. The good news is that reports have been coming out via Calvin Watkins, is that the Cowboys and Kearse, I think it was worse than 4 million, Tyrone. Even 4 million is insulting, but I guarantee you they made an offer on their first offer that was grossly insulting. Somebody said, I think he should be around Xavier Woods. I would love for you to call in and give me that case, because is Xavier Woods the green dot guy for Minnesota? Is he? No. Can Xavier Woods go play the big nickel? Can he? No. Can Xavier Woods play some linebacker if needed? Can he? No. Can Xavier Woods even play the strong? No. The only thing Xavier Woods can do is free. a one-dimensional player. Is Xavier Woods the leader that Kearse is? No. No, you got to raise that price, big dog. If you try, I mean, nah. Come on, man. Just keeping it real. You don't even get Micah Parsons without Kearse. That alone makes Kearse a priority. It's the fact that you was able to free up Micah Parsons. He ain't got to make the calls. He ain't got to make the reads. He just got to play. And then, this is what a lot of people are not putting together. Kearse is extremely smart. Yeah, I think around 24. I think 22 to 24 million is where Kearse should be in a 3-year contract. To me, I think you hit it right. Yeah, I think that's the place he should be. That's the market that makes the most sense for him. If you approach me and I'm Kearse with $5 million, I got a major problem. I'm like, nah, bro. I ain't playing for y'all. And then how smart is Kearse? Ain't nobody ever think of that. Where you got to call the whole defense, the back end and the front end. Because you the green dot guy. You got to get everybody lined up. Yeah, Will opener. Yeah, Will hit that on the head. Yeah, he was the leader. Bro, like, dog, you pay that first, dog. He was the captain of the defense, bro. Yeah, Montana, I said 23 to 24. Yeah, I say about 22, 23, 24. I think that's about right. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, man. So, the good news on Kearse is this, is that they saying that they're close. Which means this. There are some outside teams that made offers, and he's bringing those offers back to Dallas, and they're now doing what Gregory was doing when he brought Denver's offer to Dallas. That's what's going on right now in Kearse. They're trying to iron out the details. I actually expect him to be signed Monday, no later than Tuesday. Because if you Quinn, Kearse got to be a priority to your D. It's too hard to find another Kearse. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna take some calls real quick. We open back up the phone lines. Let's get it. Let's talk about this. I told you, Coach Marv, we go dig into that tight end. I wasn't gonna let you down, Coach. I got you. You can always count on me on that. It was funny how you was already ahead of me though. But that's Cowboy fans. We got the smartest fans in the world, man. I swear to God. Ain't nobody smarter than Cowboy fans. We the best. We are truly the best fans in the world. Boss Cowboy.
Boss, I wanted to defend myself because I see all these people out here talking about Dalton Schultz. We need a reliable tight end. Man, let me tell y'all something. People that out here about football. Do you pay a reliable tight end? Do people understand what the franchise tag says? When you franchise tag a person, that you have to pay him the average of the top, is the top 3 or the top 5 tight ends in the money in the league? Is reliable worth the top 5 money?
No.
The playmakers are worth the top 5 money,
right?
But it's not reliable. So if the best thing you could say is he's reliable, so we up front we just say we're gonna pay you up front the top 5 tight ends in the league because you're reliable. So you put him in the category of the Gronkowski, the guy from the Las Vegas Raiders, the Kelseys, the Kittles. You saying that that's what he is because he's reliable. I'm not saying he's trash.
No, he's not trash.
But he is not worth top 5 money up front to say we're going to keep him. We could have let him, I ain't say we had to let him go, but we could have let him go out there and find out what his market is. And if he wanted to stay in Dallas, then we can match his market if we're talking about that we pitching pennies because of the cap. If that's what if that's what they're talking about. A lot of people say he's trash. I ain't say he's trash, but he could have set his own market by going out. So if somebody else out there would have paid him $12, $13 million, they would be saying that he was the best tight end in football. And the last thing I'm gonna say, we talk about Hurst. When did Hurst sign? Hurst signed with a team that's trying to go to the Super Bowl, was in the Super Bowl, Cincinnati. So I believe they think he was pretty good. When did O.J. Howard sign? Buffalo, a contender team. So if those two people can sign to those type of teams, they must think very highly of their talent. That's all I had to say about that ball. So the people out there talking about he was reliable, he cut top 5 money for reliable. Franchise tag go for guys that are playmakers and they are top at their position. And he's not.
Yoga fire.
This is the worst thing.
Talk to you later, boss. Keep on preaching to him, man.
No, don't go nowhere unless you gotta go. Let's talk. Coach, you be acting like I be rushing you, man. Because every time you be...
No, but I got a little hot when I started seeing people comment talking about, well, what you want? You want a non-reliable tight end? Man, listen, man, you don't pay him top 5 money. Listen, you got a problem when you negotiate with any other of those guys on that team because you franchise Schultz. And they practice with him every day. You should have a problem with Kearse. Because Kearse, you get this man $10 million. Yes, he might not say he wasn't trash, but Hurst know that he ain't no top 5 guy in the league. And you give him $10 million up front. Because the negotiation going to have to start at $10 million APR from the start with because that's what you gave him. So ain't no agent going to negotiate that down from that number. So whatever contract you sign in for long term, its APR going to be $10 million.
And see, Coach, this is the other part about the tag that's the most frustrating. And we just talking. I ain't rush you, Coach. It's the fact that the tag comes out of the cap dollar for dollar. 100% of that 10.9 went right off the books the moment they tagged him.
And guess what else?
Hold on, real quick. Going into free agency.
And guess what? And you thought so highly. Let's talk about how Dalton Schultz ain't a team player. Okay.
I want to hear this.
Dalton Schultz know he ain't the best tight end in the league. But when you franchise tag him, did Dalton Schultz go in the room and say, let's go ahead and get a deal done so we can cut the cap number down this year so you can be able to sign other guys? No, he's still holding. He's still holding you at $10 million hostage. He ain't ain't come to your table and say, oh, I want to stay. We going to be here. Let's go ahead and sign a contract. Give me some upfront money so we can cut this down to maybe a $5 or $3 million hit this year, and you can go out here and sign some other guys. But we ran the Marcus Lawrence under the bus because he went out there and freed you up $14 million. But you ain't go to Dalton Schultz and say, hey, let's go ahead and get this deal done. You done locked him at $10 million and you gonna wait till after free agency is over with, and then you get him a deal that then he bring the cap down. If you was gonna say that, if you were gonna give him $10 million as a franchise tag, that should have been the first deal you did, so you could go ahead and knock that number down and don't let it come off dollar for dollar. But you throw everybody else under the bus. Why he ain't got his loan? Why he ain't got no deal done with him? Because he would listen. If I needed cash money and I need to get your number down, and I already know that you're not, I'm not saying that you're good for my system, but I know you're not a top 10, a top 5 tight end. Either we going to get a deal done where it's still going to give you your money and we're going to get this cap number down, or I'm going to rescind that tag. Just as simple as that.
Just as simple as that.
But why fans don't see why we don't see the hypocrisy in this whole thing? You put a tag on him. Everybody's on that screen cannot tell you that he is a top tight end in this league. So you said we did this to hold him. Okay, now it's his job that he's getting paid top 10, top 5 tight end money. It's his job to say, let's go ahead and make a deal where I can get some signing bonus money and cut this cap number down this year. That's not going to kill him getting the APR of $10 million, but he would cut his cap number down so we could do some more stuff to keep other players in the fold. But you hadn't even touched his deal. You hadn't even, like you negotiating with Travis Kelce or something. Like, well, you know, he's
right.
the most important player on the team. He's a Pro Bowler.
See, that's the part right there. You treating a role player literally like he'll start. And I showed the film. Unless you just bias and he's your pet cat, you cannot say he's doing anything significant. We all saw the film. Play after play. Dump off, dump off, dump off, dump off, dump off. He won one-man coverage on a safety that was coming over late, which likely mean that defense was confused. Right, Coach?
That's right. Because, see, listen, he is only a guy. He is what the defense going to allow you to have.
Right.
When you have a CD Lamb and a Cooper out there, they're going to let Schultz catch the ball because, one, they're not worried about him breaking those tackles and running the distance. He catch the ball at 7. All those plays you seen out there, all those catches you showed on that film, after he caught the ball, he was tackled. There was no big yak yards. None of those. So you're not worried about him getting no yak.
Nope. I would let him have
He doesn't threaten you at all.
At all. Not at all. Like, he's reliable. He catches it. But, bro.
You could have signed this. This is what I would have done. You still probably could have got Schultz because I don't believe nobody in the league would have gave him. Listen, the tight end market this year has showed you that the top tight ends that signed in free agency got $9 million.
Yeah.
You probably could have still got Schultz at about $7 million on the contract and still got you one of those other tight ends because the dumbest thing is you already knew you was cutting Blake Jarwin. So when you were cutting Jarwin, you know you needed 2 tight ends. So you could have said, Schultz, okay, we'll bring you back at 7, 6, and got another guy, and we had 2 tight ends at the price of 1. But nobody talks about that. They want to talk about Randy Gregory and all this, and cutting Collins and cutting Cooper and all this. These are the things that they try to sneak past us. Like we dumb, we don't see these type things. You could have took the money you had for Dalton Schultz and the money you just threw away for LVE. And you could have had, I'm quite sure you could have had Kearse done, or you could have had Bobby Wagner in here. You could have had these things. And it wouldn't have hurt you on the cap. You would still be in the same situation you are in now. One thing I don't think people really understand is, yes, you can try to get guys in this bargain, basement, trying to get guys at reduced price and value, right? But as fans, we need to think about, we need to be concerned about? Can their ads play? Can they get us in the playoff game and get us over the hump to number 6?
Can they?
I don't care if you got no bargain basement guy and he can't get me. You save some money, but we watching as fans and they can't get us to 6 because whoever you got at bargain basement, they already rich. They making way more money than we making. That's what we need to worry about. So when we hear Stephen Jones talk about the cap, we just say, man, that's your problem. Get us to 6. That's what we worried about.
Yeah, because nobody talk about, and we train too, Coach. We trained as fans. Because you know what I heard, what people were saying with LVE? This is what people said all over. Oh, he $3 million? Okay, I'm cool with that. That's not a bad cap hit. Nobody talked about can he play. Everybody talked about, we trained. Oh, I'm okay with that. You know, it's just $3 million. I'm fine. Not can he play. It's how much he costs.
He played.
They literally got us thinking, Steven got us thinking like him. We are literally trained now as fans. Oh, $3 million? Oh, I'm not mad about that. The dude,
yeah, I got him at
three
the
tackles
cheap.
a game.
You got him at the cheap because so when he misses tackles or he not producing, then we sit up there saying, do we care about what we on Sunday? Do we really think? I know when I watch the games, I'm not even thinking about with these guys. I'm not pocket watching these guys when we on Sunday. All thing I care about is when the fourth quarter is over, that the Cowboys got more points than the other team. That's all you should be concerned about.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what these other organizations, and I hate to say it, these other fan bases are dealing with.
Yeah, they want the player. Mm-hmm.
And you know how we know we conditioned? I was in the barbershop. You know you can talk a lot of stuff in the barbershop.
Oh, yeah, that's the best.
I was in the barbershop yesterday, and this Cowboy guy, you know, they always come around because they know I'm going to tell the truth. I don't be, you know, telling them all great things about the Cowboys. I tell the truth, but they still know I got Cowboy stuff all over my truck, right? Matter of fact, my truck is Cowboy blue, pearl blue, right? So, but first thing he came out and said, man, y'all can't get nobody. Y'all can't win no Super Bowl because Dak making all the money. I say, and I told him then, and that's crazy. I've talked about the same thing yesterday. I say, here y'all go. Count millionaires' money. If the Cowboys didn't like the collective bargaining agreement with the salary cap, they should have done something about that in the agreement. But since they got the agreement they got, I ain't got nothing to do about what money they spending. Only thing I want to do is winning. And it never came, no team ain't never not won a Super Bowl because of the salary cap. They didn't win the Super Bowl because of a performance, and that's where it all, and that's team performance. It is never one player. If you utilize the guys you paid, the guys that's the second ranked guys like Schultz and other guys, they will eat. But if you were feeding Cooper like you should have been, he would have never caught no 60-some passes.
Right. Exactly. Coach,
he got targeted enough.
He got targeted. Yeah, and see, people not getting it. Like, if your system literally has the number one receiver with the equal amount of targets as your tight end, your system is dumb.
Unless your system says they got a Kelsey or a Kittle.
That's the only way.
Or those type of guys who are game breakers.
Those tight ends
and he is not a game breaker.
Yeah. Where those guys, yeah, where they're the best mismatch on the field. But I just showed y'all the film. We not using Schultz like that. Right? We not
losing him.
We not using him like a game breaker. We're using him as a dump off guy. And I just showed y'all like 20 plays in a row of straight dump offs. Only one.
And they want to talk. And you talk about Hurts, boss. But O.J. Howard, listen, man. Why O.J. Howard? And I heard some people say, well, O.J. Howard didn't do nothing in Tampa Bay. He was a bust. Because he had Gronkowski there. Well, then they say, well, why you brought Gronkowski? Because that's what Tom Brady was who ain't gonna bring in a man that's the top 100 players that's been voted one of the top 100 players in the history of the NFL? But he was behind the guy that was dominant in the position. This guy got talent, and this is and I said this. People, the first job of a tight end is not to catch the football. The first job of a tight end, he's going to have way more opportunities because he's on the line of scrimmage. He's a part of the offensive line. The first job of a tight end is to be able to block. If you can't do that well, and don't believe all this number 9 and blocking, watch the film. Boss shows you the film. Watch the film. If you can't block first, because all the great tight ends, Kittle's a great blocker, Kelsey, Gronkowski, all the great tight ends are great blockers.
Yep.
But if you can't block first, you are hurting us more than the little bit of catches you get. That's hurting us worse because pass plays, pass protection sometimes break down. You're not able to do that. We can't run the football. Defense allow you to throw the ball to him because they're going to allow. There's a reason why you open. It's like in basketball. There's a guy that they leave open. He gives some shots. But there's a reason why. Because his attempts is never going to hurt us enough to lose the game. Schultz catches is never going to hurt us enough for us to lose a game when we played the Cowboys if I was a defense coordinator. I don't care if he catches a couple touchdowns. He would catch more touchdowns if we ran the football because if we run the ball consistently, he'd be wide open.
Yeah, Coach.
But he's not a top 5 guy.
Let me
not
respond to some stuff I'm saying real quick. Let me respond to some stuff real quick. Well, appreciate the call, Coach, as always.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, respond, man.
All right.
Later.
That was Coach Marv. So I'm seeing comments like we hating on Schultz. Okay. All right. Maybe I can explain it this way. Would you rather have Bobby Wagner or Schultz? Answer the question in the chat. Would you rather have Bobby Wagner or Coach? I mean, not Coach, or Schultz? Because that tag is an easy down payment for at least 1 year of Bobby Wagner. You can't see that? See, people think this is about hating on Schultz. No, it's about the opportunity cost. When you put your money here, it makes it harder to put your money here. Now, y'all can get that when it's time to cut Cooper, but you get real stupid when it comes down to talking about the cap and how it can pay better players. It's not that hard. All of us want Bobby, and we over here like, was that tag smart? And people want us to be positive. Oh, the tag, it was great. It means we likely might not get Bobby Wagner, but we got us a role player. And the film showed he a role player. This is not hating on him. He's good at his role. The question is, was his role worth that money? That's the real question. It has nothing to do with him doing his job in that role. But when I show you that what he's doing is finding soft spots in the zone, turning around and catching the ball called dump off passes, why would you pay $10 million for somebody that's diagnosing the defense, finding a soft spot and turning around? Why? No, I'd rather have Bobby Wagner. So it's like, stop getting our motives wrong. Like, so when we talking about allocations of the cap and we watching our front office be like, Cooper didn't fit our system, so we had to pay Schultz $10 million. Stop treating people that's telling you the truth like we are the bad guys. We're not. We are your friends. We want to win 6. That's why we talking about this. And you got to ask yourself this question instead of falling in love with a tight end. That's why we asked the question on my Twitter. Which guy had more team value? Kearse or Schultz? Because right now, Kearse is on a free market, meaning he could choose another team. We just showed you to where you could have got 2 tight ends for almost half the price of what you just paid Schultz. Tight ends that can actually block and can catch, could easily find soft spots in the zone, just like Schultz, and turn around and catch the ball. Yeah. So you telling me, I want to really hear this from y'all. Are you telling me that OJ Howard couldn't do this? This what you telling me? He couldn't stop right there and turn the catch? Huh? Is that what you telling me? Are you telling me Hayden Hurst couldn't do this right here? He couldn't? Huh? Is that what you telling me? Are you telling me they can't turn around, fake like you blocking, release, turn around, catch? Huh? That's what you, man, listen, our fans need to really learn which voice and voices is really giving them the real truth and the real ideas that make us better. I'm seeing a lot of people in love with Schultz. It was a lot of people in love with Schultz on my Twitter. Oh my God, I'm gonna show you. It was crazy. That's why I had to get off the phone with Coach Marv. Oh my God, let me go through this real quick. It was crazy. Hoo-wee. Now these people obviously ain't watched no film, but I'm gonna show you. Watch this. I'm gonna go through this. Look what they saying. Oh, somebody said Kearse easy. Look, this person is against Daddy Izzy. He said 5-year deal for a dude that's played 7 years and has literally one decent year. Somebody said Kearse. Look, I come to you from beyond the football grave with this message of Cateris. Defense doesn't matter. Throw the ball. Dalton Schultz is good. Well, lately, a lot of people, the last people, they've been saying Kearse, so they not too dumb. Oh, I ain't gonna say dumb. I ain't gonna call nobody dumb. But somebody said Schultz, without a doubt, he was Dak's go-to guy last year. Go-to guy. Dump offs. That's go-to. Okay. Now I showed you it was straight dump offs. Any tight end, see this person right here, he get it. He get it. You can tell who watched film for real. He say any tight end could have done that and more. Exactly. But this person get it too. I actually thought Twitter was bad. Actually, these people was in here telling the truth. He said 50-50. No, it's not 50-50, but I'm gonna listen to him. He said 50-50. Now, Wade Schultz should be tagged though. That should have went to Randy. I agree with that all day. Cause you tag your best players. You don't tag role players. You tag those guys you can't get rid of. Like, I gotta have you. Somebody said equal. This person say here Cowboys are close to Kearse on a 3-year deal. Okay. Somebody said the fact that we already have Donovan Wilson, Malik Hooker as safety and a bunch of nobodies behind Schultz, that problem has more to do with it. See, on the surface, yeah, you make sense until I bing, 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 show you that they could have easily been replaced. Easily, with better talent especially Hayden Hurst. It ain't nobody here can convince me that Hayden Hurst is not a way better athlete and way better mismatch and way better vertical threat, way better offensive tool than Dump Off King. This dude, Schultz, Kearse won't get nowhere near $10 million on the open markets. Schultz, super, I think that's medium or something. Schultz does. Kearse is a good player. I trust Hooker Wilson more than I do McCown and Sprinkler. Okay, that sounds cute. Do you trust them more than Hayden Hurst and OJ Howard? Because, see, a lot of people don't look in the market like Coach does, like I do. We don't just look at the Dallas Cowboys roster. We look at the market of what's likely available and what's going to be their likely cost. Let me call Douglas real quick. But I'm just kind of showing y'all what the wars are like. It's a lot of people. Oh, hold on. Let me show you this one. Because I thought I blocked this dude because he was getting on my nerves. It's a lot of people, man. I just block them. They start getting on my nerves, man. I block. Be like, shut up, bro. Like, because some people get real fly out the mouth and don't know what the hell they talking about. Be like, bro, shut up. You ain't did no work. And they talk to you like they do work. Like, you have done no work. None. He said, I'm far from a front office apologist, but Schultz has more value by far. He said by far over Kearse. He's serious, too. He's serious. 800 yards and 8 touchdowns last year and had the 3rd highest overall production for any tight end. You can't seriously be suggesting Kearse has more value. They stick their chest out with it. You can't be serious off stats. And I showed y'all the other day how stats can be deceptive. I showed you clear as day. When you look at Randy Gregory and you look at Armstrong and look at the quality of sacks. Don't look at the numbers. Oh, Armstrong had 5.5. Randy has 6 stats. So surely they're about the same till you turn on the tape. You turn on the tape to actually decipher the numbers. It looks totally different because the way they selling it, you would think Schultz just stretching the field. He just running touchdowns. He getting he wide open right there. Ooh, he beat that zone. Ooh, look at that zone. He beating the hell out that zone. Oh my. Ooh, he sat down in that. Ooh, he sat down in that pocket. Ooh, look at him. Let me see. Who he must finna be electric right here. Oh, he just came open of a deception, a bootleg. Play action. But see, let them tell it. Surely you're not saying Kearse has less value than Schultz. Surely he was top 5. And they have no idea about this dysfunctional system that prioritizes role players. These guys will tell you, or some people will tell you, and this is not hating on Schultz. This is not hating on Schultz. Schultz did his job. He did his job. He sat in those pockets, he caught the ball, and he fell down. That was his job. Occasionally you saw real smart stuff too. He was very reliable in his system. Nobody go take them away from that. But the best way to say it is like this. I'm going to say it like this. Everybody go get it when I say it like this. Paxton got paid. BJ Armstrong got paid when they was playing with the Bulls. Why? Why? They got paid as killer 3-point shooters. Why? Who was the key person that made them get all those open look threes that got them contracts? Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan getting all those double teams, gave BJ Armstrong open looks for threes. He capitalized, but he didn't get a third contract, did he? Because when he went to a new team, he had to earn those shots, and those shots came with defenders in his face. It's totally different than when Michael was pulling doubles and then kicking it out to you for a clear shot. Schultz is the BJ Armstrong of the Dallas Cowboys. If you don't get it after that, I can't help you. That's just nothing I can tell you. If that metaphor don't help you get it, you just don't want to get it. You love you some Schultz. Say you love you some Schultz, and I won't waste my time. I just be like, all right, I'm not going to talk football with you. I'm finna call you, Douglas. Hope you up. Eastside, you my boy.
Oh boy.
What's up?
Eastside, you my boy. Oh boy.
I can hear me in the background. You might need to turn your TV down. I can hear me in the background. You might need to turn your TV down.
All right, I'm here.
Did I wake you up? You said you wanted me to call you.
I'm up, man, but you know, I'm sitting here. I got to go to work in the morning.
Man, listen. I'll call you next show, man. You got your morning voice on. You look like you twiddling your toes.
No, listen, when you all add it up, boss, and I appreciate guys like you. I heard the coach talking, and all of the other fellow podcasters and all that kind of stuff. When you add it all up, we don't want to win.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on. I mean, that's because if you want to win, you would do things. You would take the proper steps to ensure that you win. When we finish this game against the 49ers, this team needed only a few things to keep it going in the right direction. Instead, we done took at least about 4-5 steps back. It's not all because of contract.
Yeah,
it's just not all because of contract. It's because there's a disease. It's a disease of a mentality that's in our organization. I'm starting to wonder, do we have the right person running? And I'm not talking about Jerry. I'm just talking about the mentality that Steven has is destroying his team. And we've taken at least 3 to 4 steps back. Schultz has value. He does.
Yeah, he got
but
value.
Not $10 million. But not $10 million worth.
No.
He does have value.
Yes.
He's a second tight end type guy. Where is the threat? Where is the threat of a real tight end? If you put Howard there, as you were saying, with Schultz, imagine the damage that you can have. But the mentality is, though, boss, I said it earlier in the chat, their standard is a Hall of Fame tight end, Jason Witten. And that's what Jason Witten did for all those years. And they think that's the way a tight end is supposed to be. So every tight end that we have gotten has always, in a sense, resembled more of a Jason Witten than an O.J. Howard. We don't know what to do with guys like that. We don't. Jason Garrett. I'm not Jason Garrett. I'm sorry. Kellen Moore doesn't know what to do with a guy like that. Your film proved everything. I'm not sure if there's. Kellen Moore don't even know how to scheme with guys like that. O.J. Howard and all that kind of stuff. He barely could scheme with Lamb and Cooper Gallup. He better than scheme with that. But now you throw a tight end, he don't know what to do. I'm just saying every move that we got, things that we should do, we don't do. Things that we shouldn't do, we do it. It shouldn't take this long to take care of
Kearse. Nope.
It shouldn't have taken nowhere near this long.
Yep.
Coach brought out
Randy.
a dynamic point. When he said that you knew when Schultz signed, you knew that he was not worth $10 million. Why wasn't there the urgency to go ahead and make a long-term deal so you can do what evidently he loves to do, and that's save on the salary cap? I just don't get that. Why would you want to pay a guy $10 million when you know he's not even a top 12 or 13 tight end? It just don't make any sense to me. So we're not doing the things in order for us to win. You signed LVE. Lord have mercy. You got Bobby Wagner sitting right there just waiting. I mean, come on now. I don't get it. I just don't get it. You got the answers right. Look, you got the answers to the test right in front of you, and you're choosing to choose incorrect answers. It just does not make
sense. We like our guys. Yeah. We like
you got an offensive line, not everybody leaves. Even though we pretty much got, good replacements, at least in my opinion, as far as steel, goes. But come on, man. It just does not make any sense at all when you have the answers right in front of you. Things that you know that will advance you. But now you choosing purposely to choose incorrect answers. It just don't make sense to me. And that tells me that you're not trying to win. That's really all I got, boss, because you and Coach really summed everything up. Y'all saying exactly what I was saying, but I'm lighting them up on my podcast. Look, I'm lighting them up. I ain't playing around with it.
Okay. Send me the one where you went the craziest. I'm gonna check it out. All right, I want to check it out.
You know how I am.
Yeah, I want to check it out. Hey, let everybody know where they can find you too. Now, I want to be fair to you. Let everybody know where they can find your content.
Man, look, everybody don't. Well, let me stop. I'll do that.
Yes.
I'll do that. Listen, I'll have a show tomorrow night at 7 p.m. The Big Time Show podcast right here on Facebook. It's very simple. Just type it in and follow and turn on those notifications. I'm good. I'm on YouTube as well. The Big Time Show podcast. Also tell you, I'm one of those ones that gonna tell the truth. And I'm a Cowboy fan. It does not diminish my star at all. I'm just gonna tell the truth about what I'm seeing, what just about everybody's seeing, and I appreciate Boss and of course all the guys that are affiliated with him who don't mind telling the truth. It's hard being independent, y'all. It's not easy saying some of the stuff that you're hearing from Boss and OC and Law, Big James. It's not easy. You don't know the phone calls. You don't know the threat. You don't know none of this stuff. But they just keep on keeping on. So that's why I follow these guys. Share this man content. You know what he's talking about. I appreciate him. I'm just doing the same thing on my way. And hey, you want the truth? You find the truth teller and watch what happens. We telling the truth over here, man. We ain't playing with these folks. If they sorry, they sorry. if they good, we'll say they good. If they trash, they trash. It's just that simple. That's all I got, boss. Man, I appreciate you even thinking about calling, man.
Oh yeah,
privilege to be on the show.
I knew you was gonna go hard, Coach. You go hard. You go hard. You know what I'm saying? He's a former linebacker. He know the game. So we go definitely. Don't forget to send me where you went crazy, because I'm gonna check it out. All right, the Big Time Show. Y'all make sure y'all follow him. All right. All
I
right,
know.
man. Appreciate it. Man. All right, so let me cap this up real quick. All right, so basically, I'm going to end off where I started. With Randy. Nope, your owners acted in bad faith all free agency. They've been awfully quiet lately, huh? Wonder why. So, if you came in late, make sure you rewind and listen to that section, because it's a lot of facts in that section. And I think it's going to be some things we can all get better from, right? I love the Cowboys. I support the Cowboys. I don't worship the Cowboys. It's not the Bloods. It's not the Crips. I'm never going to call somebody fake for leaving. I will only call you fake if you're the type of person that's going to actually try to rock two teams. I would never let anybody rock us and somebody else. Yeah, he did delete it. Yeah, he did delete that. Yeah, he deleted that tweet. Yes, Randy Gregory deleted that tweet. But notice he kept up that tweet on that toxic stuff about this fan base toxic. And he likely did that because this fan base, not all, but it's some toxic people, man. What other fan base can you actually have 6 years later, a Romo versus Dak group that's active and serious? You will see that nowhere else. You won't see people still talking about their former quarterbacks 6 years late, but we do. Hold on real quick. I think I got one right here. I'm going to show you just real quick. I don't. God dog. But it's people that's in our fan base that literally have their profile pictures as Dak's broken ankle. Happy he broke his ankle. This fan base. So, all I ask is for the people that rock here, y'all doing this too. And y'all doing this like never before. I appreciate everybody. Because y'all are. I'm seeing it everywhere. Y'all are sharing the content of Boss Cowboy Sports, man. I see all of y'all doing it. Pete, I ain't gonna start naming names because there's so many of y'all. I see so many of y'all sharing the content of Boss Cowboy Sports. And you can see, go check our numbers and tell me if it's not making a difference. I see a lot of y'all also hitting that like button. We got way more likes than ever before. And tell me, don't you see it in our views? We are starting to average around 2,500 views per video, which is our highest ever. That's only happening because of y'all. Because of y'all appreciating the content, supporting the content, and sharing the content. Y'all are doing it. I see it. What I'm trying to do and what the OC is trying to do, is we just doing our best to try to give you information that we feel like moves us closer to winning a Super Bowl. Some people take it as negative. They don't, in my opinion, understand the spirit of what we do. I knew it, D.A. Lee. I knew it. I was going to say it today. Let me go ahead and I was going to say this today, bro. I just felt it. My boy D said, you inspire me to jump in the game. Get in the game, D.A. Lee. Get in the game, bro. Because I know you got a background in production. You go kill it, bro. And I think you got the perfect spirit for what we do. You are no nonsense. You call it how you see it. You don't care what people think. You got the perfect spirit to be one of the best podcasters in this game. That's why so many people call you out, big dog. That's why so many people be like, D.A. Lee, because we can see it in you, big dog. And most of us that actually started didn't start thinking we was gonna do this. I never thought I was gonna do this, big dog. Never. That's why I be trying to get you to call in, bro. You don't even call in. Call in. Let's get you going, boy. Because I know you go hard. Even if we don't disagree. The one thing I know about you, you just like me, to where you go at least you doing your best to give right information. Hell yeah, do it, bruh. What you waiting on? Let's go. And start by getting on this phone, bruh. And I meant that. Call in or text me your number. I would call you. I never even heard your voice, dog. So, but I want to say this to encourage you, D.A. Lee, and anybody else. I didn't ever think I would be doing this. Never, bro. Real talk. I never, matter of fact, when I met Big Game James and Law, the first time I met them, I was just supporting them. Me and the OC met them both in the north side of Dallas and never talked about doing a show with them. The first time I met Big Game James, I was just like, bro, I support what you do. I love what you do. And I heard you was gonna be in town from Ohio, and I just want to meet you. I came out. Matter of fact, I was in a neighborhood, and I knew they was doing a show, and I was on that side of town, and I went. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go support the homie. I never thought I would be in this game. Me and the OC didn't even talk about getting in the game. After we saw them do a nice show, we never was like, we need to do this. We never even thought about it. We was like, that was cool. Back to our regular business. How I got in the game was debating Okoye. I didn't agree with one of his takes on a film. And I was telling him, like, bro, you embellishing that. I was going at him like, nah, just like you, D.A. Lee, just like you do us. If you feel like we said something wrong, you will say it. I was doing that to Okoye. Nah, bro, that was cover 2, bro. You trying to act like that was on the Woozay. That wasn't. And my boy Okoye was like, and West Coast jumped in the conversation. And our first conversation was a beef. I'm giving y'all the true story of how I got in the game. Yeah, Okoye, who did the Dez film. Yeah, that's him, David. And West Coast jumped in. He said, man, I get so tired of people like you, Marcus, always critiquing, but ain't got no film. I said, big dog, I got some film, bro. He said, where's that? I say, listen, I'll friend you and then I'll tag you in some of the videos that I've done. I've only done a couple of, but yeah, I've done some film, dog. I'm not just talking, right? This is me and him the first time. Me and go back and forth. I friended him. I tagged him. I ain't even think nothing about it. West Coast called me. He said, bruh, you got a good voice and you know what you're talking about. You ever think about podcasting? I was like, hell nah. In my mind, like, nah. Like, I was like, y'all do that in my mind. Keeping it real. This is all true. West Coast hit me up about a month later. That's my boy. He said, bro, we having a panel. I want you to come. I was like, all right, cool. So I came, I did the panel. I met BJ. And then Wes said, bro, I hate doing shows by myself. He said, if you cool, let's do a show possibly once a week and see how it work out. That's what started Boss Cowboy Sports. Swear to God. That's what started it. I wasn't even thinking about getting in the game. I started off doing, we said once a week. We immediately started doing 4 times a week. we instantly clicked. Yeah, my boy Nick say, boss is real Oak Cliff with it. Yeah, bro, straight Oak Cliff, bro. I think I'm still Oak Cliff. I think I'm still Oak Cliff. I'm still being me. Nick, that's my dog. But I'm just encouraging those who considering getting in the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm just encouraging them. But then, you know, after, you know, me and West Coast did our thing, then eventually it was time for me to do my thing. We never had no issues. We were just like, bro, I mean, matter of fact, on the early parts, he helped me greatly. He gave me all the contacts, all the people that helped him start his channel, all the people that helped him with his sound and all that kind of stuff. He was like, go talk to this dude, do. I did. Now, it took me about a year to get it all together, especially on the level I'm doing it. Because I wanted to start off on a quality level because obviously it's competitive. And I wanted people to know that I'm very serious. I didn't want to kind of gradually get better. I want the people to come out and know I'm dead ass serious out the gate. So that's the only reason it took me a year. I could have did and rock content in a month, but I didn't want to do it that way. But I'm just talking to everybody, man, because anybody that's considering doing what we do, most of it is gonna be in your head. The first time you go live, I'm gonna tell you right now, you go feel nervous. You go feel, I'm just being real, y'all. I'm just being very transparent. You're gonna feel a self-awareness. You go feel like, damn, right? You gonna be very concerned about bugs, especially if you're trying to do some real top level production. But you go get through it. You go get better. You go develop your own voice. You go develop some skills. You go learn the algorithms. You go learn your voice. I'm still learning my voice. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just so excited to hear my dog say he wanted to get in the game, bro, because I knew it. I was going to tell you today. It was just on my heart. I was going to say, D.A. Lee, you need to get in the game, bro, because I saw you in that channel, that chat I was in. I was going to tell you. So anyway, man, back to what I was saying, man. I just got excited, man, because I like D.A. Lee. I think he's a soldier for the Cowboys, and I like soldiers, man. You know, I like soldiers for the Cowboys, man. I like boys who mean well. And I know he's one that means well. Even if we don't agree, we might even one day bust heads hard on a disagreement, just like me and the OC. Y'all already know, me and the OC, this is coming. That's coming. That's coming. Between me and him, we go at it all the time. All the time. But the spirit of it is about whatever's true. And we gonna fight until the truth come out. And then once the truth come out, whoever take that L, take the L. But that's what I see in you, my brother. And I feel like you gonna be great at it. That's just me. I just feel like you gonna be great at it. I think you got the temperament for it. In my head, I see you having a meteor rise. I don't see you being no small guy. I see you being a guy that's gonna jump in, take your lumps, you go learn this game, and you go grow. Straight up. And if any one of y'all need my help, I help you of course. And we'll work it out. Some type of compensation, because game ain't free. But I'm not gonna kill you either. I'm gonna give you a fair price. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, I just want to encourage D.A. Lee and others, Renell and others that I know is really thinking about getting in. I want y'all to get in. Also, continue to support. My boy D.A. Lee say he built it up the studio. That's how I started now. See, this is the studio. The first thing I built was the studio. That's the first thing I had built was my set. The first thing. Yeah, you on your way, dog. You finna get in the game. That's what I'm talking about. All right. But continue to support Boss Cowboy Sports. I appreciate everybody that does. Our super chat is not working right now. We having an issue with YouTube. We not under no strikes. We not in no trouble. They having an issue sending me my code that turns on the super chats. That's the only reason y'all can't pay that way. For those who want to continue to support the channel financially like y'all always do it through Boss Cowboy Sports Cash App. And y'all been doing that. Continue to do that because next year we got some major things planned. We obviously finna really up a lot of stuff, production, cameras, off-site stuff. It's a lot of stuff we getting ready to do that's gonna really bring up the quality value of our content. So it happens faster when y'all continue to donate into Boss Cowboy Sports. But other than that, man, it's another one of those days where, man, we all rock together, man, and we got it in and we appreciate it. And y'all stay up. Peace.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters.
Yoga fire.
Boss Cowboy Sports.